I'm not one of the four.
Okay, wait. Let me try.
My name is Joel.
This is a live party / live stream. As you can see down here, we have the serious stuff happening, and then over here we are just eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's also chat.
So, just to introduce, I guess we need to keep introducing ourselves when more people join. But we are at Kotu, guys. If you're wondering what is this very atas room, we are at Enzo Steakhouse. And they are so nice to give us a room, and we actually set up everything here, and they also serve us dinner, which is quite a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Tabby Lin. What you're eating? Oh, you got
Not Maggie mee.
No, I don't have Wi-Fi.
This is not Maggie mee.
Okay.
Mushrooms?
We are eating at Kotu, guys. It's just a lot of food.
Fries?
I want to show you all this, which
Sandals.
Chow took a bite out of.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I thought it was... Okay, first I thought it was tofu. And then I was like, no, wait, it's too creamy for that. It's probably cheese.
And then we thought it was just like a slab of cheese for us to eat.
Yep. No, this is. And you know what it actually is?
What?
I ate a whole spoonful of it. It's butter.
Oh, that's nice. Did it taste good?
It's for this.
Then
it's
don't
for
waste
your
it. You
sourdough.
should go drink alcohol.
Why?
Because
yeah,
butter
yeah,
lines
yeah.
your stomach. So you don't get drunk very
And you
much.
can
That's
get
the
you get
one.
drunk slower, but you get very drunk.
Yeah. Okay, but guys,
do I
today, we just got to do a watch. Do I say watch party still?
You say watch party, it's a watch
Confusing, right?
party.
Okay, it's a watch party. So at the bottom right, you see whatever is going on in the news. And I'm sure you guys are wondering, how come Joel is in a poster, but he's not on the show? Because he's on that show at the bottom right.
He's next to the lady who is speaking right now, who is a professor.
Yeah. So Joel is obviously the smartest one
Hey,
out
the
of all of
smartest
us.
one, but then we lost the smartest one.
Yeah.
But it's okay, we brought in a new smart one.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Though I can only talk about how I did not manage to vote today, so...
Marine Parade.
Walk over.
Oh, you live in Marine
Yeah,
Parade.
very sad. I was so looking forward to it.
Deanna says hi, Chow.
Hi, Deanna.
Oh my god, we have 200 people already, guys. Hey, how to bring up the views? I know TikTok is like. This one how-
Share. Send it to your friends.
So on TikTok, if you just keep liking it, right, then it will appear on FYP.
So the idea is that we're gonna watch this until the
Until sample count.
End of sample count.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting.
And we are gonna eat and we are gonna answer questions
Joel.
where we can.
Yeah.
Joel, right here.
Joel is on screen, technically with us lah, but not physically.
Huh? Yeah.
But it's okay because we
Actually,
live in a
technically,
high-tech world.
yeah.
Yeah. But okay, anyway, who here haven't voted yet? Because your time is up.
Oh shit. Actually, Chow can raise hand.
Yeah.
Sad. Very sad.
Why again?
I was really looking forward
Oh,
to
walk
voting
over.
there. Yeah, my housemate and I were like, we're gonna go together this year.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh.
But I mean, it's not that interesting anyway. You just walk there like literally 2 minutes.
I know.
Because
but
you don't put any
still,
thought into it.
I just wanna
You
like.
just go there and stamp the PAP card and then you put
Correct!
with zero brain power. That's just boring for you. I
wanna make my vote count.
every 4 years.
So,
And then just you goes to the polling station and it's just like PAP.
okay,
And then
wait.
PAP wins his constituency and he's like, that's right.
Before
That's
y'all
what it's
in the comments call me PAP dog,
He is.
I live in Toa Payoh. So as in my voting rights is in Toa Payoh.
My voting right.
My voting rights is in
And-
Toa Payoh. And
And
the other party is PPP. And Toa Payoh is very good. It's so good.
no, Toa Payoh, to be fair, if I was in Toa Payoh, I would also.
Speaking
I
of
also
Toa Payoh,
voted
I would like to issue an apology for calling Ng Eng Han Ng Eng Han.
Hey.
A lot of people commented.
Guys,
So,
let's address that now. I mean, we will
I
put
was
it
wrong.
We will put it in an episode. We will put it in an episode,
Zero.
but
Like,
It's them, yeah.
in one of the
Or is
episodes,
that yours? I got
me and
water.
Jade were talking about Toa
No,
Payoh,
yes,
and
no?
we
Yeah.
couldn't pronounce
I want water.
because we
Oh.
are Malay,
Yeah.
and the name is honestly quite confusing.
no, not me and Jade. I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Is there still?
let's review.
Yeah.
Okay, I pronounced it correctly. I said Eng Heng because he was my MP, and I
His
actually
name has
went.
no G.
I'm not pronouncing it with a G.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, Eng Heng.
Now that
There's a H G.
Just a G.
is
Hen.
I know it's H-E-N. I'm saying H-E-N.
Are you saying Heng?
No, I'm not.
Okay, one more time.
I think this is why, okay, like, I'm also part Chinese, so I can say this is why y'all are a little bit irritating.
Oh.
Because y'all love to correct people who don't speak Chinese.
Sorry, I
Every
was
time we have a slight thing wrong.
No, but she got it wrong
no,
also.
this-
You cannot call her.
I
She got it
know
wrong
his
also.
Chinese name and it's pronounced Han.
No, but
So
when you
it's-
say a small thing wrong, they will correct you, right? Like you're like share, and then they're like
No, it's shit. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like guys, when y'all say nasi lemak, do I say it's nasi lemak?
Yeah, or when you all say
Nasi
mi rabus, we don't say bodoh is mi rabus.
Or tombalik.
Yeah, what's the correct one?
Terbalik.
Yes. Oh my god, you pronounced
Let's say you're in KL, then you want to go and gamble.
Hey guys, I've never been to KL.
Where do you go?
I have no
Where?
idea. I've
Like you
never
tr-
been to KL.
Oh,
Thank you.
pronounce the place that is like a little drive from KL.
Oh,
It starts with a G. Ends with a thing.
Genting.
I don't know, is it correct?
So okay, so some people say is
Genting ah.
Gen-
Genting.
okay, genting is the Singaporean way of saying it.
Genting.
The correct way is genting.
She did it right, never mind.
She was trying to get
It
you.
doesn't matter.
Psych!
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's read the comments.
Yeah, I also want to know.
Yeah, the other guy is Straits Times, sorry. And it's not us. But shout out to Joelle.
Lady in Brown is Chow, and we're very lucky she joined us.
Yeah, I'm Joel.
Yeah, she's the new Joel.
I'm basically Joel.
She's the new Joel. What happened to the internet?
PAP supporters, y'all don't.
Joel is hard carrying the rest, relax and eating.
Somebody wants us to do
Exactly.
cheers to PAP.
Sorry.
PAP supporters, y'all don't feel selfish, man. Can see everyone else complain about a lot of things. Why still want to be pro PAP? Hey, our problem ah. The minute I fight him on stream, then he can reply ah.
Oh, yeah.
Then he hit me with all the manifestos. Then I just keep quiet. Oh.
Okay, since I don't think we can drink
is that?
actually.
No, we can.
Oh.
So you just cannot.
No, but
after
it's YouTube.
yeah. So you can
drink
drink,
out.
but you cannot promote.
I cannot say that this is.
Like what?
This is Coca-Cola.
No, but when you
can't say
switch,
that.
when you switch your drink, you cannot say.
I can't say that's Coca-Cola.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can say it's Coca-Cola. But
Do
when you
you want-
switch to
No, I'm
drink that
drinking.
you cannot say, then you cannot say.
I think I'll go easy tonight on the drinks. Tomorrow still got.
Yeah, we're going out tomorrow.
Some context on the build up. Sorry, the planning of the GE series that we did. Okay, so my business partner say, "Hey, dude, you need to jump on this GE thing, and just do a commentary." Okay, then I'm like, "No, I don't want to do it because I'm not very politically inclined. I will only do it if we hire one person." And
Jade.
Real.
that okay, you know what? 2% lah. Okay, 2% lah.
Denise.
Right? The first person that I mentioned is actually Denise, because I'm like, I will only do it if we hire Denise. And then we were thinking, okay, Jade is already on board with us. We have to have Jade. I said, no, we have to have Jade. We have to have Jade. Because Jade is opposition dog. Based on comments, Jade is opposition dog.
No, I'm not.
So I'm like,
Hey, they brought me out for a literal lunch, like an expensive lunch, just to ask me to do this stupid podcast with you.
yes, okay, yeah, that, but don't say that Denise didn't get lunch. Okay, but Denise got dinner.
She's
Denise-
getting paid.
Yeah.
Are you?
Wait, you're not?
No.
What? Why are you here?
Are you?
I'm not.
Then why are you here?
Okay, guys, this is the end of the stream.
I got drinks.
Let's just turn up the Straits Times a bit.
Demand money or like we go.
Okay, so that happened. So that's why, if not for Denise or Joel or Jade, it won't happen.
In no specific order of
In
mention.
no specific order.
Yeah. Mainly Denise.
No, but if you guys are correct, whoever's saying that Joel is the carry, you guys are not wrong. Because he has the most information. Most proper information, I would say, because he interviewed all the ministers and whatnot.
Okay, team, relax, team. What do y'all think about the Four Corner fight in Tampines? Worth it or not?
Worth it for who?
Yeah, worth it for who? But if I were to quote like Bertha Hansen, I think she's went on Yalabat podcast and she said something very interesting, which is, I just want all the mosquito parties to disappear.
Mosquito?
She called them mosquito parties. Basically like these smaller parties
Oh,
because then they split the opposition vote.
Yeah.
So I think it depends.
Yeah.
So I agree with Denise. It kind of
Okay.
depends on your perspective on like good for who. Because on one hand, yeah, it's better for all of us because everyone has more choice. Someone mentioned my cat, Mofu San. That's my cat's name. I got
That's
distracted.
the person's name. Wait.
Yeah, but that's also my cat's name. But now I got distracted. Yeah, so it's better for people because we have more choice. And eventually, when we have more and more credible opposition parties that people believe in,
They're not
then-
mosquitoes lah.
Yeah, Bertha Hansen's words. Oh my. all respect to the other parties.
Actually, Chow lives in the east. How good is the east, Chow?
how good is the East? Like as a place to stay or like?
place to stay.
I mean,
Can
the
I
East is
finish
a
talking
fantastic-
about
you
my
haven't-
point? Which
Okay,
is that if we look at a similar fight from last GE, I think that it was also a 3 or 4 corner fight, but the other parties only got 2%. So I think that voters are a lot, and that was the last GE. So in this GE, I think people are a lot smarter in the sense that like they are not going to be so distracted by all the mosquito parties. I mean, even if you look at like the presidential race with like Tarman and who else was running, Ang Kok Song and everything. People also
And Tang King Nan.
Tang Chin Lian, but he still didn't capture that much of the vote. So I feel like
Hey, surprisingly,
the
I
mos-
think he captured close to 30%, right? If I'm not wrong.
no, Taman had 70%.
Oh, then Kok Song was 20 plus. Then honestly,
It is so people are smart and people are discerning. So I think in Tampines, even though that you're gonna see like a multi-corner fight, I don't think that the mosquito parties are gonna capture a large vote share. That's my
Your prediction, yeah.
Maybe
it's just
if people don't know who to vote, they'll just stamp one of the other two parties.
essentially spoiling vote.
honestly, guys, I think PAP might lose Tampines.
Guys, I want to say I almost thought I was actually thinking of spoiling my vote.
Wow.
But wait, is this illegal? Okay, great. Anyway, so I was thinking of it because at first when they announced that I was split out from Ang Mo Kio GRC into Jalan Kayu, right? Then they put Ang Chi Ming. Then I even said on our first episode, I'm gonna vote whoever is in PAP in Jalan Kayu, and then people hated me for it.
You should.
And then
After the Alliance deal,
yeah, so then at first I was like, okay lah, but he done so many other things. I don't think he was the sole decision maker for the Alliance deal, right? But then a lot of people were really saying that he was not a nice guy. And then even back when in MINDEF, and then the night before the MOE expose came out, right? Then I was like, oh my god, I really cannot vote for this guy. But then at the same time, Andre is also his first time running. So then I'm like, do I really want to be in the opposition area? And then it's his first time and he's alone.
yeah.
So then I was like, oh,
What's very interesting is that there's a lot of scandals there were scandals that played both their.
Yeah.
but everyone knows that the Andre one is nothing.
It was cute lah. I thought it was cute.
Some
I don't know,
people
it's-
might find it relatable, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all this revealed is that he's human, and then he rages
has
like
shit
us,
friends.
you know. Yeah, and his friends suck.
They searched the effort and screenshotted it.
he was so ragey, it was funny. So like, you know, we all go out and we're like, you know what, Isitan. It was just funny.
And a lot of the residents were saying what he said about the planes overhead.
It's
Going over-
real, right?
Yeah, real, and it proves that he actually lives in the
Yeah,
area.
and they probably were like, oh my gosh, I feel you.
But also like you're gonna be in but you're gonna be like in parliament. So you know that this is a group chat, you know that there are a lot of people in this group chat, this is not a private group chat.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you have that like discernment?
I mean,
like,
it
not share?
sucks because
But he
he
said
wrote
that,
that
like, 5
so
years
many
ago.
years ago.
That's also true.
So he trusted his friends.
too much.
More of the story is choose the right friends, I guess. I wonder
That's
why.
so nice, huh?
But then again, like if you are really a good friend, would your friends go and rat you out like that?
But the difference, I think, in his response, which is also why I ended up voting for him, was that and I asked my whole family to vote for him.
Okay.
was that he owned the mistake. Like immediately, like he posted and then he was very honest about it. And then he said that, but since then I volunteered with WP, my mind has changed. Like my new experiences have shaped my views differently.
Okay.
Versus like PP, they'll never say anything.
I
guess-
mean, yes, sorry.
No, go ahead.
With the Accra deal, right? We're still waiting for like some accountability from the party. Sorry, with the Accra deal, with the Accra scandal, we're still waiting for some accountability, like who is responsible for this, and who is going to come out and take responsibility.
Yeah.
Plus, it could only be addressed in Parliament. They waited for Parliament to address it, and that's like 2 months later. So I did like that in the way of accountability, but I think in terms of taking accountability for things, WP is also not one to speak. Just to be fair and balanced, people gonna be angry with
Correct.
us. But WP is also not one
Suddenly I
to
speak, everybody say, why did you so quiet?
because you doesn't know what we are
What?
talking about.
Yeah.
If I ask him what happened with Accra, you know, don't know. That's why he's quiet.
Yeah. Better I quiet than I talk rubbish. But what I agree with you is that WP is not, there's no credibility. Yes, correct. Did you say that? You said something like that.
Yeah. Yes, and if I say something bad about the opposition, he's like,
Correct. Yes.
hey, you know what? I was actually going to defend you and I was going to say like, you know, it's great that you came on and like he's sharing his perspective because a lot of people are too scared to say that they openly support BAP. Honestly, it is
Yeah.
It's
to be
true.
treated.
I think it's true.
No, it's
yeah.
true.
right? But so Dio is actually very brave to just be like unabashed, and his perspective is so important because that is the way that I mean, what was their mandate from last time? It was 62%. Was it? Okay, don't quote me on this. I have no facts, no figures, but I think it was something like 62%. But that was the mandate that they had. 62% of people might think like you.
Oh no,
So he is important.
guys, and I think in our last episode that we're gonna do this. I mean, we haven't filmed it. I think I'm gonna address it also. Well, you know when I said like a lot of Singaporeans are just not politically inclined, like they just really don't care, and people's like no lah, they care. I'm like, bro, no, there's a huge percentage of people who don't know politics. And I was looking through. I mean, I was on my stories one day or yesterday actually, and someone posted.
But yesterday's cooling off day.
Yeah. So I mean, they didn't post anything about the political parties, but someone was eating with her friend.
Okay.
And she posted a photo of her friend, and she said, for example, no way Denise just asked me who the hell is Pritam Singh. And I'm like, look, what the hell? I am not wrong. And just now, right, after I vote, I was walking around Toa Payoh, and there was this group of like people walking behind me lah. They didn't even know who is Pritam Singh also.
What?
So the guy was like, hey, the WP one, the Indian one with the beard is who? What the name? I'm like, bro.
Could be a lot of guys though.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously talking about Pritam Singh lah.
No, but it could be so many people. Maybe Indian guy could be. He could be talking about.
I'm sure he was talking about Pritam Singh.
No, but he could have watched the Harpreet Singh.
Okay, that too. I mean, who don't know Harpreet Singh also? So I feel like prominent names. Okay, if let's say even though you don't give a shit about politics, right? You would know prominent names. Yeah. But I'm telling you, there's a vast majority of people who don't care. And I feel like I care a bit, you know? And the people, and then the comments are all coming at me and say I'm ignorant and everything. I mean, yeah, to some degree I agree that I am very ignorant. But is it wrong that, you know, the system works for me and like, even if I want to be selfish, right? Is it wrong that the system works for me and me alone? And is it wrong that I support PAP because the system works for me? It's not what?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I think politics is a lot of the time advocating for yourself and your own needs and your own community. Because if you don't advocate for your own needs, who's going to advocate for you?
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous to expect everyone else to advocate for you.
Right, then some people
Although if you want to be a good person,
some people's argument is like, oh, you need to vote for your kid's future. Bitch, I don't even got a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. Relax ah.
we
When I'm pregnant, and then maybe I vote.
tonight. Change that tonight or tomorrow. I mean,
He looked away straight away. You know, you might want to be careful about what you're telling him to do.
Yeah,
He's gonna go crazy.
but I love it. Like,
Okay, and I like that someone asked about any battlegrounds that we are interested in. So what are the battlegrounds that we're interested in? That's a great question.
Tampines, I'm interested in.
I'm actually super interested in Pongo.
Yeah, Tampines, Punggol, these two, like, I feel like this, in my opinion, these two will be most exciting. Okay,
Sengkang?
I'm interested in Jalan Kayu, my SMC.
Jalan Kayu?
but
Yeah.
Sengkang is like obviously WP.
Ah, but you can't say that they only
Yeah.
won by 2. Like, I wasn't a 2% margin, but I think it was 52% to.
Wait, let me check right
whatever.
now.
Yeah, sorry, we don't because
They
this
won
is a
by
live
I
show.
think 6% if I'm not wrong.
Because this is
We're
a
not
live
sure.
show, we don't
Okay,
have.
but based
Okay, thank you
solely
for
on
checking.
the
Yes, I
rallies,
don't have a laptop.
yeah, based solely on the rallies, right?
Hey, you're right.
Like,
20,
Tampines one was
2%.
quite scary.
52%. So that's such a slim margin when you really think about it. So we're going to see if they have a stronger mandate, if WP has a stronger mandate.
Oh, wait, they are doing the numbers now.
No, they're just going through all the
right,
GRCs.
sorry.
Yeah. By the way, Xiao Long Pao agrees with you.
Thank you, brother.
Most people who vote for PAP are just not into politics.
I live like one road away from this GRC.
Okay, can I correct something? His name is Dew. I've seen this like 3 times. DEW.
Yeah, it's okay, let him have it, man.
So
Wait, the Drew thing.
yeah, no, people keep saying Drew.
It's Drew now.
Rallies all for show, PAP will still win. True.
I think rallies are for people to come and figure out what they're interested in. You know, like I feel like even if you're not like a hardcore fan of the party, it's okay to go down and just bask in the atmosphere.
Oh, but she tried and she got
listen.
stuck, then she had to U-turn.
Wait, what do you mean you got stuck?
Oh, the WP rally was so crowded.
Yeah.
That first it was I was watching the rally in my car because I didn't get there at 7.
Yeah.
And they were saying there are still people outside the gate. Please move in so that people can come in. Then it became we have to close the gate and like
Which one was this?
this was the final rally, the one at Anderson. And then finally, like I parked my car. I walked over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to the traffic light, the police said you can't even walk on the side of the road that is 5 minutes away from the rally because the area is so choked out. It's a risk. So of course I'm not gonna, I was just like, okay, never mind. Turns around and walks back. But apparently it took like 2-3 hours to clear the area. So I was saying next time we should have it somewhere big, right? Like indoor stadium.
Wow,
Kalang
that would be
Stadium.
cool,
Then we
that
have
would be cool.
space. Yeah.
But they can't anticipate the crowd, I feel.
Oh my god, so we
Like,
went
they
for a
don't even
PAP rally.
know. No!
I felt so sad. I went to the front to clap because
And it was that sad, yeah. DPM Heng was talking,
guys, I'm gonna tell you really what
I feel
happened.
so sad, dude.
And this is something that you're not gonna hear on CNA because this is the truth.
It's the guy from Teo Sedak's team that will pan the camera.
Yes, okay, someone said watch CNA is better. I agree. Joel is on CNA. Shout out Joel. But here's where we're gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck. Okay, you say
So we walked into the PAP rally
yeah.
and
I
there's
was devastated. I was like, what the fuck, Jay? I was listening.
nobody there. So we came from a WP rally. So we decided to DP that day. So we did the WP rally. And the closest we could get to the stage. And I'm like an expert at like weaving through the crowd, like from all the festivals. So we managed to weave through the crowd, but the closest we could get was like
At the side.
at the side.
Maybe 100 meters away.
100 meters away from the stage. So we couldn't do it, so we left. And then we went to the PAP rally. And there was nobody. We could walk right up.
feel the wind. How about that? We could feel the
We could
wind.
feel the wind. And I was trying to be positive, so I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. It's like cooling in here.
I'm like, shut up, Jade. What the fuck?
You think you can count the amount of people there?
Can!
Maybe like 100.
What's the location?
East Coast. Bedok Stadium.
And DPM Heng was speaking.
DPM Heng was speaking.
And then we like walked right up to the front, like to where the barrier is.
Yeah.
And then cause it's all like PAP fans, so they're not riled up, right? They're like,
Oh.
and so I felt so bad. I was like, oh, we love you, Heng, Mr. Heng.
Okay, but
It was so sad.
I went to Desmond's one.
I want to cheer him on. That's so sad.
I do. He did a lot for Singapore. So
Yeah,
like,
dude.
regardless of what it is, can the PAP stands here just clap a little bit? But there was a lot of noise because they got their own PAP like staff or volunteers, and they were walking around with little horns.
Oh.
So they could horn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go ready.
Don't be.
To be fair, we went for a lot of the other rallies. We went to which rally? We went to the WP rally. We went to the PAP rally, and I also watched online
SPP.
Jeremy Tan's rally.
Oh,
I heard that it
watch
was
the
really
black color stage one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah, he wrote a very good set pula. Almost said a very
What?
good set. It's
A
not-
good
it's-
set.
He's a
What,
comedian,
set?
no?
Yeah.
A very good speech.
Okay, but it was also a good set because it was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, it was relatable. And the thing that he did that was comparable to what Jamus does and why Jamus I think is so good is that he touches on like very local issues that are going to be relevant to the residents. So like the day-to-day running of like his SMC. So like for example, Jamus will go in and be like, I want to upgrade I don't know why we don't have lifts in like certain flats in this
Okay.
area and this area, and I don't know why like this and this is funded this way, and we want to build more hawker centers and this and that in Sengkang. So that's something that Jamus does. Then he goes big picture and he talks about worker productivity and national costs. That's something that I feel that Jeremy Tan did as well.
Yeah.
So he was talking about the cost of getting rid of mosquitoes, how he could improve the running of things individually
Yeah.
within the SMC itself, and then he goes big picture, and he was actually very, very harsh on like the business side of things. You know, the way that we lost like $200 million in FTX after doing like 6 months of duty. Sorry, this is getting boring. You can just
No.
so I thought that was very interesting. I like when they really zoom in and then zoom out, then zoom in and zoom out. It shows that they have a big picture view, but also the day-to-day running.
On that topic of speeches, right? So a lot of people were coming at me for in the comments also when I made fun of SDA, and basically not ministers, candidates who cannot speak proper English and cannot do speeches. So someone actually broke down Jamus's speech for the past I don't know how many years lah.
Okay.
And said this is why Jamus is so good. And basically he brought down into 4 different squares, right? So first square is like what Jade said, a problem in Sengkang. And then he goes big problem in the world, and then he goes back to small problem. And then he goes to big problem. So when you listen to him, you're like, okay, you know what? You are speaking our language, you're both speaking our language and the world problem. So like now we relate to you. And then when you go and see all the memes that are coming up and everything, right? Like people making fun of the speeches and everything. Then to me, it's like, why is everybody coming to me at the comments and not agreeing with me where ministers need proper public speaking skills? Look at that Arifin Shah guy, 28 years old, proper guy. I mean, okay, I don't know whether he's a proper guy, but proper speech. To me, I'm like, I actually sent the video to the group chat and to Jay, I'm like, guys, this is how you write a speech. I mean, I'm not good at I wouldn't want to say I'm a good speech writer or whatever it is, but there is a certain flows that you need to follow.
Okay.
And you can study this by watching comedians, you can study this by watching Jammers, you can study this by watching so many people. Like, there is a flow to things. And let me break down Arifin Shah, why I like him so much. Or like his speech so much.
Let's go.
He's saying something
About the opposition. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, first thing.
unbiased.
Okay, this is what I learned from going to the WP rally and the PAP rally. Okay? I like both. But I feel like PAP candidates should, for the lack of a better word, dumb down their speeches a little bit. So PAP candidates love using a lot of big words and buzzwords. Right? Like, we need the resilience. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
You don't
nobody
know the
ever...
word resilience.
No. But
I was like, don't mock him for that.
He checks the
No.
dictionary, he's like resilience.
I know resilience, but what WP does, WP talks to you as if they are talking to friends. Yeah, so I guess I really like about that is, what I really like about that is because they're speaking your language. It's like the PAP said this, do we trust them? No. I'm like, okay, that works.
The hammers are so cute.
Yeah, that is pure crowd engagement, and that's why I feel like it's very smart.
I think it just comes down to like the delivery, right? Like everything you're talking about so far is just communication. And when you make a speech, that's just packaging all the content that you have into a way that can be received simply and easily, right?
Yeah.
So it's like effectiveness of communication. And the simpler the communication, the more effective in delivering the message, lah. Right?
And yes, no, I totally agree with you. Because I recently experienced...
Resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah, resilience.
Big word. He's like, what's
No, I feel like, don't say that. Just say, guys, we need to be tougher, man. I feel like that needs
like,
more.
yeah. No, it makes
You need to
sense.
be resilient. No, this is not advertisement, sir.
That's why I feel like, honestly, right, if the PAP had like all the stuff that they did packaged into a different way of delivering to people,
Yeah.
it can be much easily received.
Yes,
It's
and
like
that's
the
why-
reception will be warmer.
And that's why I think a lot of people are calling the PAP like elitist.
No lah, they are not lah.
I don't think that they are at all because I feel like a lot of the people in higher education are not very pro PAP. I don't see that
How can I
so
help?
much.
Nothing. I just.
But yeah, no, but the reason why
Oh, Charles Yeo's new expose. Charles Yeo, that's the guy that I said.
Charles Yeo is hilarious,
statement narrative.
I beep.
Oh, Charles Yeo. What did he say? Yes, no, and he breaks everything before it comes out. You really need to like.
Can you please
Exactly,
tell us
so the Harvard
what
kids
is
are going
his
to
new
WP.
expose?
So
How to
I
tell?
so disagree that like opposition is for one level of education and PAP is for another. I really don't think that that's the case in Singapore.
No, but sorry, I didn't complain. So the reason why I feel very strongly about this public speaking thing, because I recently got to experience that myself from writing comedy.
Okay.
So when I write comedy, I realize when I read out my sets, it feels like I'm giving a speech. So then, so my comedy teacher, Herzi, was like, hey, you need to, you're not giving a speech. Stop saying like giving a speech. Like, tell me your joke now, but tell me as if like you're talking to me. Like, because when we were at home, you were telling me I laughed so loud because your delivery was so different. But when you were on stage, you got nervous and then it became a speech.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, it's honestly quite a hard skill to learn. That's why I felt so strongly for it. And when I see people not doing well, I'm like, no, I want to teach you. Like, no, there's so much magic in like dumbing it down.
There is, but also like we need to like avoid being swept up in like the charisma of people because I feel like that's how a lot of like
It's marketing.
not good leaders rise and how a lot of not good ideas get floated up. And then there's not a lot of substance behind it. So I think we also need to be careful of all this like flowery language.
So sometimes maybe if they are not good at making the speech but are good at doing the work, right?
Yeah.
They're better. Who knows?
So if they are better at that, the rally, right, just screen your manifesto.
No, but don't you think
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
everybody from Lee Kuan Yew's era was like that? Like probably people were not as well spoken as he was and didn't have the charisma that he did, but they were people like I think, for example, like Mr. Chan Chun Sing, right, will be somebody that I think is a bit of a in between.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That he doesn't appeal to people. He comes off a bit more brash when he speaks, right? But he gets the work done, lah.
He does. I actually like the way he speaks. Very connects with you well. Okay, so
What's happening in
you-
Charles Yeo?
Yeah. But I'm wondering also. Okay, we can't share this, guys. What if we get Kaufman?
Wait.
This is not good. Okay, well, if you all want to
Wow.
see,
We can't share this, but
We
you can
can't
go to
share.
his Instagram.
Don't forget that this is like YouTube live, so we can't actually.
Hey, people say, oh my god, already. Are you guys seeing already? Or what? Tell us. What do you guys
We
see?
can't share.
Yeah, we can't share, but you can share on our behalf.
No, you can't share on our.
Oh, sorry, don't share.
Don't say anything. I'm not looking.
Don't share anything and definitely do not go to his
Definitely
Instagram.
do not go, because we definitely cannot.
Interesting.
But I want to build on what you said about that personal touch of Workers' Party. I think that
Yeah.
that has come through very clearly. Now that they have more people in parliament, and now that they are handling something as big as Sengkang, I think a lot of the Sengkang residents were saying that not only do they see them a lot more on the ground, but something interesting is the comparison with the team that was put in by PAP. I think in 2022 there was a new team that was put in Sengkang to like lead,
Yeah.
all the smaller ones. And there was a huge touch point, and this is why it's good to watch us as well as CNA, because it's not something that you're going to hear on CNA. But if you look online, that there was a story about Marcus Loh. Do you all know Marcus Loh? He was running Sengkang East Sengkang East on behalf of PAP. Okay, what's interesting is before Bernadette Jiam came in on the Sengkang team, she's the newest. She's a very new member. She was leading Sengkang East, but there were actually 3 changes of leadership, and one of them was very unpopular. His name was Marcus Loh. And so this story came out online, and I don't know how credible it was, but apparently they shared a banner at a Sengkang resident's funeral. And this banner went down very badly with the people of Sengkang. Should I
Wait,
show
what do
it?
you mean by
you show us?
banner?
So basically,
There was a banner that was at a funeral.
I feel like I heard about this.
Hello.
okay, someone doesn't get it. Hi. Okay, sorry, people are like coming in. Okay. So again, you won't hear this story on CNA, but this was shared very widely online. Basically, one of the people that PAP led to lead, I think one of the PAs, Sengkang East, his name was Marcus Loh. And he was very, very unpopular because there was someone who died in Sengkang. He had his funeral, rest in peace.
Oh no!
Do you see the banner that they sent?
Yep.
Oh no! This is so. Oh no! Fuck!
Someone
I
died.
can't stand for this.
Would you guys like to see it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's nothing wrong. Sure.
Okay.
Switch to. Come.
I can show here.
We can show it there.
Your brightness need to down a bit.
If you see, there are
Okay.
two.
Thank you to our amazing production team, by the way.
But
yeah, I'm
if
like-
you guys can't see it, it's a banner with a PAP logo. Okay, click.
No, with 2 PAP logos. Don't exist.
There you go. Oh no! Some people die.
People
Come
die,
on.
rest in peace. So this made obviously the residents very unhappy. You want to hear the worst part? The worst part is that after the funeral, after 5 days, they came back and they said, "Can we have the banner back?
Wow.
Please return the banner
Wait, for what?
so that they can give it to another resident."
you
I don't
for
know. Don't laugh! If someone died.
Is that
No,
your
I
name?
know, but I'm laughing at the fact that they take back to give to another dead person.
Maybe they took it back because they
They have
found out it's
other
inappropriate. I don't
funerals.
know,
Maybe they thought it was.
They just wanted.
It's not. Okay, by the way, he's a big fan. Evil Escape, Dio is a big fan of people. It's just I just feel that it's to my point, which is that He Ting Ru was actually at that funeral.
Yeah.
She actually attended the funeral.
Okay.
She also gave Paitin, which
Wow.
is, and she also spoke to the family of the deceased. And she also gave a custom blanket or custom shroud to the family. So I think for Sengkang residents, that's something that's going to be in their mind when voting, because they're going to be like, okay, I remember this personal touch. You know, and He Ting Ru being at the funeral was not even publicized until this came out. She actually just attended. Apparently
Okay,
it's just like she has-
I get it that it's a personal touch, but instead of putting it on a banner, maybe you come down in your PAP uniform.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did.
That's even worse.
And then he
That's
said, guys,
double
this banner
Oh,
is
okay.
for you.
Hey, don't laugh.
down. No, we're laughing at them, not the,
Okay,
not
but
the dead person.
I feel like it's real. Someone said when my auntie passed PAP, send a wreath to the wake with the PAP logo. So
Okay, devil's advocate, right? I will try to protect the party that I support.
it's fine to do so.
Maybe, okay, you know when you send flowers and then like sometimes you will put your company name, like okay, if I sending jade flowers,
That's
I
what
put,
I was
like,
thinking.
like oh from Dew Francis, this and that. And then maybe they don't want it to look like it's sent by one particular
Yeah.
MP or minister because it looks like bribery. It looks like it. So instead they just put the party logo to show like okay, you know, like we
What if you
We are
send
here
a
for you
wreath
lah.
to my like funeral and you put your picture there?
again.
Like you put your picture like at the
Vote
side.
for me?
No, just your picture. It's
No
not
lah.
appropriate, right?
It's not over it.
Yeah, it's-
I guess
that-
maybe the person that's in charge of like the branding of the party cannot put like PAP in letters.
Yeah, yeah.
So they just put the logo.
Go.
No, I mean I totally see your point of view.
Yeah,
So
I
get
see it,
I
but
get it.
again, like
It's just like EQ a bit, but
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, but I
get
think
it.
regardless, because even if you couldn't be there in person, you wanted to send a wreath of flowers or a banner, right? Then the person that is going there will just say, oh, like I'm representing the PAP and then this is for you. Then you don't need to slap your logo or what ma. Like I heard that, I think Sheng Siong or what, right, at my house there, when there's a funeral, they will also send someone to go and give paijing. Because most of the time, these kind of neighborhood supermarkets, they recognize the
close,
old
yeah.
uncles and aunties that come to shop. But they don't publicize this also ma.
yeah, but I
don't
guess
need to
it's
say
like
that.
But I think that was one of the cases that would be in the Sengkang residents' mind when they're thinking about like that personal touch. So that's the only reason why I'm like bringing this up. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to attack PAP for sending a
Of course
wreath.
not.
It was better than no wreath.
That's hilarious. Maybe it's their way of claiming reimbursement for petty cash.
So the date was July 23rd, 2024. So this was just last year.
Oh
but
my
since
God,
then,
barely
but,
even
but
a year.
he was switched out. So Marcus Low was changed. And then that's when we have Bernadette Jam for I think like Sengkang East.
Can someone, I mean, if you guys are watching this, can someone like tell us if you guys have seen this like PAP banner elsewhere? Because maybe it's a standard thing. If it's a standard thing, then we cannot really blame this Marcus guy. You get what I mean?
But he,
Yeah, Xenoclus is right. They collected the banner back after that.
Yeah, so if it's a standard thing, then PAP should change the banner.
No, I mean, this is not to say PAP should do this, PAP should do that. It's
Yeah.
really just to say that, like, there's a certain personal touch that comes with things. When, you know, like, so I think people will really think about, you know, He Ting Ru and the fact that she was there and she was present and she came to give paijing all quietly.
Yeah.
okay, do you all think it's worse if they don't give anything at all versus if they do this?
I think people don't want to feel, especially if you're not a supporter of the party, people will not want to feel like this is free
Ad spot,
advertising.
yeah.
And my funeral is not free advertising. However, if you were maybe a PAP supporter, you might be like, yeah, look, they came to support. So I really think it depends on the person.
It's really true, yeah.
Yeah, but without knowing the person, without caring, without going down to find out, that is not appropriate.
Yeah. But we never actually heard from the people who received it, right? Like they never said whether or not they were even supported.
How to say?
Put it out there,
How
lah.
to
Be
make
like,
noise? How
actually,
to-
you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so here's the tricky part, right? Someone does something nice for you. How you want to make noise?
Yeah, it was Marcus Low, Sengkang
I
GRC
cannot say
Marcus
thank
Low.
you.
No, like if let's say you're really angry that there's a PAP logo, and then you go like,
be like,
what the fuck? You send me flowers with your logo? Like how do you scold someone?
You
for
can
being
say,
nice?
thank you, I appreciate it, but I think it was a little bit inappropriate. You know, it's like there are ways to deliver it. Like, it doesn't have to be shouting like
Yeah,
you.
no, you're
Just
right.
ask
right.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Let me phrase
how do you ensure that they are PAP supporters?
No, we don't know.
Yeah, lah. So they just send.
Yeah, this popped up on Reddit, but it was a very bad thread for them among Sengkang residents because someone else then mentioned that Mr. Singh had attended his grandfather's funeral and came at 10 p.m. And then she said, I'm so sorry for coming late, but I didn't want to come during peak period because you probably wanted to attend to your own family and friends. So these it became very bad marketing for them.
Right.
Yeah, but I think this is another thing that will be in people's minds.
Okay. GN really wants us to read his comment.
Okay, sure.
Actually, it has been like that for the longest time. The same happened to me and I didn't mind. I guess it's offensive depending which party's side you stand on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Yeah, someone else said that like the PAP came down and they didn't mind. So that's why I said if you are a PAP supporter, you probably be like, yeah, sure, come down. But if you really dislike the party, maybe like you died because you couldn't claim certain drugs under MediSave, then you probably don't want the banner there. Same with WP, right? If you are not, I don't think you would want WP to send down a big hammer logo.
No, but you can send me money.
Her team will give money.
Yeah, good lah.
Also,
So,
she
I
can
mean,
give you money,
if-
but what
okay,
about
firstly-
the banner shop?
Buy your affection lah, basically. lah.
Firstly, we are buried, so we don't do wakes. But if I do ever have a wake, I rather you I mean, it's natural tradition to give money for when you go to a wake, right?
Yeah.
Then keep that tradition. Give me some money, man.
Okay, wait.
I don't need your banner
do
here.
Muslims give money?
No.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah, no. I said if I do have a wake.
Wait, sorry,
Keep
but
your tradition, like if they are already doing it, then sure.
Yeah.
because for Muslims, they take the body home, right? Then
Yes.
do relatives come and visit. Is there a
Yes.
period of time for visiting also?
Yes, but very short.
But by nightfall, you have to bury, right?
Oh,
No.
have to bury.
Very.
You get buried by nightfall. If not, you
I
become
don't know the timing, but so let's say you die in a hospital. I mean, even if you die at home, they will take you for the hospital autopsy first, right? Right after the autopsy, they will bring you home.
That's really cool. Sorry. That comment. Taman sent a representative to give a donation in an unmarked white envelope. No mention from the representative that he's from PAP or representing Taman. Only from the condolences book did they trace it back.
Respect.
Oh, I love Taman so
Yeah.
much.
Respect. That's why it was.
What a man.
That's why it was
What a man.
Taman Jurong,
What a
and now
man,
it's
what a
we don't know
It
who
was,
Jurong.
Taman Jurong.
Oh, okay. So duit salam to help the family with the burial cost. Okay, yeah, no. So Malays give money also.
So I give money to Fai.
When my death happened,
Yeah.
what
Eh,
makes you
don't-
think he will die first? Why was he I die first? I'm younger, you know.
This took a twist that we didn't need. Okay,
Okay, no,
Fam,
but-
I think this is also where I'm gonna bounce.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Let's take off your mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to
Ian.
Whoever
Jivan
wants
is gonna
to
come in. Yeah, but thank
stand
you
in.
guys.
Bye-bye.
My name is Joel. I'll catch you again.
Thank you, Joel.
Goodbye. See you.
See you.
See you tomorrow, maybe at that place.
No, let's go.
I don't.
Yeah,
want.
wait.
Why? But we are there.
I see how.
And if not, it's just 2 hours.
For like 1 hour only, you know.
No, 2 hours. 1.5.
Yeah, lah.
Come lah.
Yeah, come lah.
That place, don't say the place name.
Don't say the place name. Why? No, we said it like 5 times.
No.
But yeah. So I think okay, guys. This was not me like bitching about the PAP and their like what they do at funerals. It was just me using this one specific example to give an example of WP's personal touch specific to Sengkang.
We were actually answering the question of which GE battle are we
Yeah.
watching from very, very far back.
Because we were talking about so to give context to people, because I understand this is a live stream, right? This was just specifically me answering that one question. I mean that one question about the personal touch. It's famous.
Under Aljunied GRC, for my late father, we received blankets and funeral wreaths, which we appreciated. No banner of any sort. So it seems like it differs in different areas also.
Yeah, but that's why I think they switched out. This was so weird, I think, because this occurred here. Yeah, that's why it's not something that a lot of people are complaining about. It was just people complaining about Marcus Lowe. And he was so unpopular, that's why he was switched, and that's why we see Bernadette Jiam on the team.
Yeah.
I hope opposition wins more so my USD will go up. No guarantee. WP is winning Tampines random. I think WP in Tampines is very interesting.
Let me relook who is the PAP team for Tampines. Masagos Zulkifli,
Oh, hi.
Ko Beyam King Shalom.
Baddies.
Okay, guys.
We have so many baddies.
We just want to say,
coming in and out.
taking this time to give a shout out to Kotu. So Kotu is hosting us at Enso Steakhouse. So what you're seeing here is actually a private dining room. It's up to 10 people. So if you want to book it for your birthday or anything, 10 people can sit in here. If you guys never heard of Kotu, Kotu actually means center of the universe.
Cool.
Yeah. This place has 5 different concepts in it. So when you come here, there are 5 different places where you can visit. So one of them is Enso Steakhouse. The other one is a bar. I forgot the name. There's a club. So I think the club.
There's like a whisper room and then there's
Whisper
Dashi
room.
Gogo.
Yes, Whisper Room is the jazz club. Dashi Gogo is a nightclub. And there's also a beach club. It's amazing. Guys, it's just a lot of things going on.
Okay, well, back to the election.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to show up for the after party, there's one.
Yes,
Yes!
we do have-
We are doing an after party at Dashi Gogo and we are allowing 50 people to enter for free if you just say backstage bunch at the entrance. So any of you guys watching here, you guys come down. If you guys are early enough to be the first 50, then you guys can enter for free and meet us there and celebrate PAP's win.
So someone mentioned
In Bishan to buy.
someone mentioned Han Hui Hui and housing, which is really good branding. Like, do you remember what Han Hui Hui stands for? HHH,
Uh-huh.
housing,
Uh-huh.
human rights,
Uh-huh.
and one more, housing. Someone mentioned it. It was like, someone say it please in the comments. Yeah, she had that speech where she was like, housing.
Oh, yeah.
She's HHH.
Right.
So that's like her whole idea.
The one with the poster behind that says...
Healthcare. Correct. Thank you, Josh. It was housing, healthcare, human
to
rights.
play the game.
It was so much fun. I love her speech, and my family actually has to vote between PAP and PAR's Han Hui Hui.
Okay.
Because education. She also she actually did mention
That is
education.
funny.
Okay, did you guys actually see the speech?
No, I didn't see the speech.
The one that behind return our CPF, is it? Something like that?
Okay, no, that was a very old protest she had in Hong Lim Park. I don't know if she did it again, but if you saw the return our CPF,
Yeah.
that was from like a very old Hong Lim Park protest. But recently she had another one. I really feel like she's like quite a meme.
Didn't know WWE CEO running for SGG 2025. Who's yeah?
Triple H.
She's not.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, thank you, Winston. Thank you so much.
I actually used
Tanjong
to
Park.
watch
So
that
is she? So my family actually has to consider voting for her. But some of
Was it
them
a
are
tough
not.
choice?
No, some of them are not happy with the job the PAP is doing. But my mom loves the PAP. She is the biggest fan because she is Malaysian.
Oh.
New citizen. My mom is a new citizen, so she loves.
On this-
she like loves the job that they're doing.
On this topic of memes, right?
Wait, not a meme.
No, as in like, it's like I feel like this girl, Tan Hui Hui, Han Hui Hui. Yeah, I know. There's food in my mouth.
Han Hui Hui.
Han Hui Hui is funny. Like that's why you say, was it a difficult choice?
But it
Because
was,
you know for a fact, she sounds stupid lah, right?
no, but my sisters have to choose between PAP or Han Hui Hui. My like dad has to be like Han
Yeah,
Hui
I know. But I want to know
Hui.
like
Not easy for them, you know.
the Kan Kim Yong. Is it the gay one? I'm straight.
No, that's Goh Meng Seng.
Goh Meng Seng,
Goh
sorry.
Meng Seng.
Anyone here lives in Goh Meng Seng's area and actually voted for him after the whole meme thing?
Can I say something interesting about just wondering how many new citizens do not like PAP? When we went to the PAP rally,
What do you mean by new citizens? You mean new voters?
No,
No.
like they are overseas, they just got the Singapore
Oh,
passport.
right.
we actually ran into a bunch of new citizens at out of the like 100 people that were there.
The percentage was about.
The only I don't know, but the only people I interacted with were people from India.
Uh-huh.
They love lah.
They loved, yeah, they were there. They were like, they loved it. So I think that there's a lot of truth.
Is this
to it.
anything to do with?
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
I have no idea. But
Alright,
they
I'm not trying to stir anything, right?
Oh,
but
but
this,
stadium is so cute.
listen,
Oh, cute.
this is something interesting that I found out through my foreign friends that are living here. Okay, so I've different foreign friends from different countries. Some of them are from Italy, some of them are from France, some of them are from Russia and everything. Based on who gets their EP the quickest, right, or even their citizenship, their PR the quickest, right, the French and the Russians are always the last one. So my friend tried 14 times and applied. And listen up, he owns a business here, a very respectable business. Okay, he has a lot of employees and everything, so he actually does create jobs for people. Right? So we were having dinner one day. I'm like, yo, have you got your PR? He was like, no, dude, I tried like 14 times. It's gonna be like 15 times trying. So the next time I met him, he was like, oh, I finally got it. I'm like, oh, what happened? So this word for word, I'm gonna tell you, dude, I just went down, queued up at MOM. I'm like, yo, this is my 14th time trying. Why are you guys not approving it? You know what the guy at the counter said? Oh, sorry, we pressed wrong button. Swear down. I'm like, no, don't lie to me. He said, really? She told me her colleague pressed the wrong button and she thought it was already approved.
Okay, so was it approved?
It was approved that time lah.
Oh, so he got it approved. Nice.
Yeah, and then, so how much? It sounds a bit racist to me.
No, but he pressed the wrong button was
It's
nothing to do
first
with
time racism.
For 14 times, the same guy, you press wrong button 14 times.
No lah, maybe it was like rejected the first 13 and then 14 was like wrong button.
I don't think so.
Maybe it was to do with pre and post COVID. Maybe when he applied, because I think I know which friend you're referring to. It was like during COVID or after COVID. So like they kind of wanted to give him that PR faster because we were seeing an exodus of foreign talent. So when we were seeing the exodus, probably the policies changed. Maybe they're like, okay, there's more quota. I don't know how it works there, but that's probably why. So we can't. Yeah, we also can't like leave out the important context of like it was around COVID times. This is the friend that offered me money to come to his party, right?
No lah.
Not that one.
No. That one didn't even try.
Quite.
I
it's
really
like-
dislike this dual fancy.
Oh, I mean, thank
Master
you,
Leong.
but also I think that it's very relevant to like bring in again. PAP won with a 62% mandate the last election, so I think it's very important that we have like everybody's views are represented here.
Yeah. Hey, Master Leong, you got the same name as my Patsu guy. My Patsu guy is
It's
also
true,
Master Leong.
actually.
Yeah? Are you my Patsu guy? Is that
yes,
why you hate me?
we also
because
have-
you know my future?
Don't you have a mic?
But he take your money.
Junhui, yes,
I give you
we have an after
$88. Oh, why
party.
$8 every time now? Why you don't like me?
But
We
is he
actually
accurate or
have
not, your
an
Patsu guy?
after party.
So accurate. Ask Jade. So accurate. I introduced to her.
Yeah.
I want
But
to introduce
you
to
can't
friends.
just say it and then not introduce. So
Yeah, later I punch
can you
you.
just keep quiet and gatekeep it? So I'm also going to refer to this infographic that I found that was very interesting, which is the number of the percentage of respondents who strongly agreed that WP is credible. And just look at how...
Wait, how credible is this infographic from who? Better see first. Later people...
No, I got it off
It looks like Straits Times lah.
I mean, I got it off one of the news websites.
Okay.
But if you look, amongst young people, WP has become a lot more credible. As a,
Like a new screen protector.
I have two phones.
Okay,
This
okay.
is my, you know what? This is like my like SAS phone.
No, I think
I see.
I think that it's correct. It's correct. Like, look, guys, the rally really blew my mind. I mean, it's been 10 years since we had rallies. Yes, I agree with that. So that's why I feel like everybody's coming out to see rallies. But when you just look at the WP rally, I was honestly shocked. I was like, what is going on? Like, that's why I feel like this year it is very tight and very scary for PAP just based on the rallies, right? And so I think
But overwhelmingly, you can see that PAP is still seen as a more credible party. They're
Yeah.
still the more credible party, according to like respondents.
They only asked about 2 parties, is it?
They only asked about 2 parties, so I can't really tell you more because I mean those were the only 2 elected parties out of the
Right.
2020. So it wouldn't really make sense to discuss SDP or even the NMPs. But what you can see is that like the younger people, as people get younger, they see WP as more and more credible. Yeah. So I think that the elections get more and more
yeah,
interesting.
WP still feels like people's hero to me. You get what I mean?
Like underdog.
I don't want to say underdog, but it's like just people's hero. Like people really just love you lah. Yeah, but do we want to see you run anytime soon? No, but we love you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually something I wanted to warn people against, which is that like I saw almost this like outpouring of like love and like fanatical in a way for WP. And I was like, we like them now, but at the same time we like people need to remember that we don't know them. We don't know these people like well. We might trust them based on what we see, but at the end of the day, we don't know them. The party is changing all the time. People are coming in, people are coming out.
Yeah.
So it's like I think we try to evaluate them on their ideas. You can support whoever you want to support, PAP, WP, SDP, but never think that they can do no wrong. Because so many things can change.
Do you let's say Toa next time got PAP and WP both good? How like that? Still PAP?
My friend forced me vote for WP because he wants see Alexis. He from UT.
Oh my god, guys!
Can I tell you what happened at my house? That is very bad. Okay, legit, that's so bad.
But why did you listen? Who is this friend and why did you listen? Please tell me.
You're here watching political podcast. I know that you can think better than that.
Guys, we know who dated Alexis before.
Oh yeah!
You took a while to get it.
So what's very funny is that there was this like meme going around of
Yeah.
her talking about her ex-boyfriend, and everyone thought that it was her white boyfriend because she mentioned that he owned the club, not knowing that there was also a Chinese owner of the club.
Yeah.
So the white guy got his photo plastered up there, and everybody was commenting, "Oh, she got Amo boyfriend, Amo
Yeah,
boyfriend."
but it wasn't.
But it wasn't,
was a
guys. Got the
Chinese
wrong.
man,
You got
yeah.
the wrong guy.
Yeah, but both of them own a club lah. Agreed, Jade, when they appeared was the voice of opposing the loudest, but how much do we really know about the PS as an entity to the others? No,
Yeah,
that's what we are
Nikki
saying.
has a good point. Yeah, we should never like fanatically worship the way that I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
So that's why I say they are people's hero. Like, okay, how do I explain people's hero?
WP is good girlfriend, good to date only. PAP is good to marry. But the thing is, you have to say for now, based on what, maybe you feel that way based on what they have put forth so far.
Okay,
We
you know
don't know
what?
how the parties are going to change.
Based on that reference, WP is the side chick that you really want to get together with, but you can't divorce PAP just yet.
Just yet.
Yeah.
But you can see that with every election, they get more and more credible candidates, more strong candidates. I think this year, like they had a whole slew of very strong candidates. Michael Teng is very popular. I mean, untested. I really enjoy Kenneth Fu. Is Kenneth Fu the new? I think he's running, and I
Magnet. So you need to remove the bottom.
really enjoyed
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
speech.
We have a new guest joining us.
Harpreet Singh.
A new Joel.
No, I was okay. Wait. Can I clarify?
Yes.
When I was actually listing the new candidates for WP,
And?
I did not call you Harpreet Singh.
Oh, yes.
That would be extremely offensive.
Hey guys, happy seeing here.
No, wait. No, I would never. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's so racist. I would never.
But hi guys, yeah, my name is Jeevan.
Please don't.
Welcome to Jeevan, who is
Thank you.
also a J.
Yes. I actually did consider running for... No, it was in my head, like growing up, like I would love to be a minister and like to serve the people, but like it just never happened, you know?
You have a good voice for speeches. Actually.
Really, yeah, I think so. Just too many skeletons in the closet, you know, like... I'm sorry. I mean, it gotta be real, right? Like
One day you ever run and this live stream clip comes back on you.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, he's known for having a lot of hot friends. So
Hey.
all the baddies will be there at your rally. Just like in the
Supporting,
front row,
yeah,
like,
they'll be like campaign. Damn, but I'm excited. Has there been any results announced
No.
we are
we've been
waiting for
watching.
the sample count.
I think it will appear also down here where Joel
Yes.
is.
So Joel is over there, and like,
Yeah.
I think it's great for you guys to watch CNA. Like, if
Yeah.
you guys want to watch CNA, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is just a little. We just wanted to offer something different because obviously on CNA there's some things that they can and can't say.
Yeah.
So here is a little bit more unfiltered. It's
Yeah.
a little bit more. I mean, were you hear about the Sengkang funeral on CNA? No, right?
CNA already
No, I
showing
didn't know
sample
that.
count.
So yeah, there's a place for people who want to watch CNA.
Oh, there's
This is
sample count.
obviously just a little bit more informal. SMC sample out.
Let's go!
But which SMC? Which SMC, guys?
Come on, Joel.
one?
Joel, why are you not showing sample
Oh.
count? Hey, okay.
Oh, whoa.
Bukit
Oh,
Panjang
okay.
SMC.
Oh
my God. Okay.
Oh my God.
The sample.
SDP is losing out by quite a bit to Liang Eng Hua.
Well, I mean, this was kind of expected because expected. Sorry.
Potong Pasir sample count, PAP 71% versus SPP 21% versus PAR 8%. Bukit Panjang SMC, Pioneer is also out.
Pioneer is
Okay.
out as well. Wow.
Most of the SMCs will come out first.
Expected.
Wow. Not surprised.
The difference is bigger than a lot of people expected, but not for Paul Tambaya. I'm so sorry.
I'm
guys.
pleasantly surprised. Oh my God, Williamson's name got a lot of
Hey, thank
got
you.
two
I don't know
eyes.
whose cups it is. It's okay, it's okay.
Let's get you a new cup. Would you like Coke or
Just plain water is fine, actually. Yeah.
water, please, you?
But like, I swear, there's gonna be a recount. There's confirm
Where?
gonna be like in Sengkang GRC. How much? Sengkang GRC, mark my words, they're gonna announce like after midnight.
Are you
I'm Sengkang GIC.
Oh, okay.
Sengkang GIC. Sengkang and
Can
Punggol.
you whisper like?
Sorry,
What do you,
His mic.
Am I there?
His mic.
can you type it out?
Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw that.
yeah.
Okay, well, what do you guys think of the result?
Lim
I think that this result was kind of
Expected.
expected. I'm very happy that Lim Tin lost his deposit. So if you guys watch, no, I'm actually very glad, and I actually spoke about it right on the podcast about how much I dislike Lim Tin and how I dislike him. He's like openly like xenophobic,
Okay.
borderline racist. So that's good. He got what he got,
He loses like
and he
about
deserves it.
15,000, right? It's 15,000. Is that the deposit?
I don't know.
I think it's 15K. Yeah.
Good. Lim Tin
Per
should
person,
lose.
right?
Per
15K per
person,
person.
15K. Yeah.
That's why the
So what do you need? Like 12 or 13% in order to retain your deposit.
Yes, about that,
12
So
or 13%.
SPP retained his deposit.
so PAR
21%.
Lim Din lost his deposit.
Can you turn up the
So-
volume?
So that's why the whole racist thing, right? That,
Yeah.
that girl that say the K word.
Yeah.
So they were all very scared that they all lose their deposit. So
Yeah.
people in the comments were like, everybody's gonna lose their fucking deposit because of this girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
It's
god.
like self-sabotage.
Yeah, I feel like she should have stepped down.
I thought so too.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
13,500 people need to vote for you.
To be honest, I was kind of shocked that she wouldn't know that word was offensive.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually was baffled as to why she didn't know that it was offensive. And I was like, maybe the old people don't know. Do old people like not
Okay, let me
know that?
I-
But then I googled her life and I realized that she had spent a majority of her time in China.
Yeah.
So I think that she was actually like a CEO of like some Chinese firms.
Yeah.
So she was working and living in China. So I think she kind of missed the boat where it became offensive.
Okay, so
Just like if you look at like a lot of celebrities in Singapore, a lot of tweets said the N word. If you look at their tweets 20 years ago,
Yeah.
imagine like you left for a place that didn't have social media
Yeah.
and you stayed there for like 20, 30 years and then you come back. You might still say suck my N word. You know what I mean? Like you come back and then everyone looks at you in shock.
yeah, so I maybe bad reference, right? But the K word versus Bangla. So
Yeah.
some people find Bangla very offensive.
Yeah.
So like you cannot say
If
Bangla.
people find it offensive, why did you say it on stream?
No, as an example. But I feel like it's not as bad as the K word. The K word is like,
There's a lot of like negative connotation attached to that K word. So like I feel like the way that she used it also very loosely and in a term, it just felt like girl, what's going on? Like you know?
I get it though, because honestly, right, when I go for Hari Raya,
Yeah.
some of my aunties still say it.
Still say it, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
No
tell
doubt.
them?
It's hard to like correct them on the
Just
spot,
I
right?
can't say that. Then they'll go, why? But it doesn't mean anything bad. Then you just be like, people don't like it. I just want you to get cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I get it.
As in, like, that's a way to put it to them so that they understand not to say it.
Yeah,
You know,
but
it's
okay,
lighthearted. It doesn't.
You know why I want to try to tell them this kind of things, right? And I try to find a very like degrading
Yeah.
Malay term. That
Or as an
isn't.
example.
Yeah, as an example that isn't. So like sometimes we get called mat rape.
Yeah.
So mat rape, right? Some people find it offensive, some people don't.
Yeah.
So people call me mat rape. If let's say Syam Rahman calls me a mat rape, I'll just be
Yeah.
like, hey, what's up, bro? Sometimes it's like a bro thing. Sometimes they call you either mat or mat rape.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on what you do. So if let's say an action that you did is very, very like, what the hell? They call it, hey, that one is damn mat rape, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You still be okay with it. So there's actually no other word in Singapore, I feel,
Yeah.
that is close to the K word. So it's very hard to explain to them like, why is it so offensive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Another sample count out.
Ooh.
Pioneer, we've already seen Pioneer SMC.
Sorry, to clarify for the deposit, it's $13,500 deposit and it will be forfeited if you do not secure more than 12.5% of the votes.
Wow.
But actually, like,
So great.
the K word is a reference to the kingdom of Kalinga, which existed before the Chola Empire dominated.
Yeah, no.
Yes, we understand that. We understand what the
Yeah.
etymology is. It's
Yeah.
just that language evolves.
Yes.
And if people say that it's like it offends them because so many people of that generation used it offensively. The exact generation and the exact group that she belonged to, it was maybe started off as something not offensive, it evolved into something offensive.
Yeah, 100%. And I also feel like that term has also been like associated with the bells that, or with the clings of the clinking of the chains that like former slaves, Indian slaves used to like wear, and that's why that K word came about as well. So like, or there will be like Indians who wear like these anklets, which will make this noise, and that's where that reference also like drew term as well. So I kind of feel like you're right to say that the word has evolved, and even though it's just become a very derogatory word, and you should see it from the point of the viewer, of the person receiving that word, you know? And if we are telling you that this is offensive, then you go and like tell us, oh wait, but it's not offensive to say that. Then that's kind of like not agreeing or not like,
No, 100%. 100%, especially if you're running for politics, if you have to represent the Indian community, so you can't be using those words.
Whatever it is,
and
if you
that's
feel like
not
it's
the
on
only
offense, then just say it.
No, but that's not the only offensive thing. I don't feel that it's right for her to reference Pritam Singh. Like, he's the next Pritam Singh. Why would you say he's the next Pritam Singh? They're not the same in terms of the manifestos are different.
Yeah.
So what is it like? Maybe she meant he's a great speaker, but I was just very suspicious when she was like, he's the next Pritam Singh. It's a little bit like when I DJ
too
and
low-hanging fruit.
when I DJ and when I was like in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh no, not in Europe. I was DJing in America, and this guy came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, Peggy Go." Who's, you know what I mean? It's Chinese. And I'm like, no, why would you say that?
Okay, no,
So
but
it's like,
Peggy Goat sounds like a
no, it's like if you go and this white guy comes up to you and he's like, hey, and then
fuck off us.
fuck off us.
Okay.
I want you.
Firstly,
Hey, no, it's like people look at the Chinese people look at you and the Dikosh.
Okay,
Dikosh.
that happened.
When you
Really? Yeah.
when he was fat.
Times, many
Because of your eyebrow.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
I'm fat.
he was-
I
when he was
but
fatter.
Dikosh also got weird eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
But I was fat.
So someone was like, oh my God, I just saw, like they posted, I saw Jade Rasif and Dikosh together. And I was like, no,
That's
close. Close. Dikosh is also not
Ooh,
Malay.
Jurong Central
Whoa.
SLC results is out.
Wow, they clobbered. I do think RDO is in a lot of trouble.
Sembawang West, PAP 53%, SDP 47%. That's Chisunjuan SMC, guys.
Shit. Oh my god.
Harish Pillay, 25%.
Learning from the PAP getting leaving with 75%, and then
Respect to Lo Yen Ling, 75%.
Oh wow. Oh, wow, this is so close.
Oh.
No, they should have a recount. They should have a recount. 53%.
Oh.
You guys could have had Chisun Juan.
Damn.
Voted for police.
Okay, so wait. Remember in the episode we talked about how he got.
You guys could have had Chisun Juan.
Yeah.
Remember in the previous episode we spoke about how he was convicted. Do you think this played a part?
No, but
No,
I think that
no.
I think yes for the older generation, 100%.
Okay.
But you know, even
You can see it later.
Oh, okay.
was not as keenly felt
Yeah.
because of just, he had the
and let's remember that he had like
I mean,
10
for
days.
47%.
Of days. How many days did he have? How many days did he have to campaign? So yeah.
When you consider, maybe his past reputation.
Do they not know his sample count?
Yeah, we know.
lah.
We know
It's
it's a
all
sample
in
count.
lah.
Sample count.
Kuku, but we know we're stupid, but we're not blind.
Okay.
This argument that
Okay, so this is the thing, right? Yes, we know that it's a sample count, but usually the sample counts are not too far off.
Yeah.
And this is actually quite a big difference, like that 6%. It's a big difference. So it's going to be very hard for it to for him to make it up. Another thing is that I think that Chisun Juan has cleaned up his reputation a lot among the young people of late.
Yep.
See, it's based on sample count PAP 11.
Jurong Central SMC, PAP 81%.
To be fair, we
Wait,
haven't
I think
really
some
seen-
people are saying switch to Channel
Exactly.
News Asia.
Exactly, like, no. why
Guys,
do
we are
switch? I
supporting
think
Joel.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
on Straits
No. Yeah, no, because I feel like they are getting the news faster.
You guys.
No, I have here also.
Oh, okay.
I'll announce as it goes.
Okay, but we
Okay,
need
sample
to.
count plus minus 5, but this is not plus minus 5, this is 6. So
Salmon count is
Okay,
already
eight.
it's roughly 4 to 8% difference, but closer closer to 4%.
81% in Jurong Central SMC
20.
for Xie Yao Quan from PAP.
Let's go, Joe.
He's not even talking.
He's not talking.
He's in shock. He's in shock.
So today, as we were voting, right, something hit me.
Confirmed because of the Marine Parade Brattle Heights walkover.
Oh.
Yeah, they are
Oh no, Chow left.
lead. We are expecting.
Chow left, sorry.
I think 6 SMC.
That's how someone said something very funny. I just came back and Chow looks different. That's funny.
Wait, can we turn it down?
Well, sorry.
Chow more.
PAP are like about a quarter to winning the simple majority.
There we go. 75 to 25.
Low
I
yet
wish
thing.
delay.
What could be expected?
Yeah.
I'm very happy that everybody keep deposit.
SMC, but you know.
Except for Lim Tin. This is deserved. Deserved. I hope he never runs again. But I feel like he just runs to just agitate.
And I think for the most part, people do find her very competitive.
We need to enchantix Dr.
I
Chi.
think
He
this one,
processing
for a
info.
lot of us on social media, at least, Bukit Gombak SMC was not really a battleground for us to watch.
But yeah, Joel is so right on that, which is like,
Scenario that
it was never, these were not really like battlegrounds. And
like because
let me turn it
of
down.
the high visibility.
And what I have to say about Jeremy Tan was that he only started shining bright literally the night before. He did do a blitz of all the podcasts.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting because a lot of podcast hosts was like, I thought he was one way, and then when I interviewed him, totally changed my mind. So I think even, John, Daily Catch Up, they were saying like, he totally changed my mind. And they had changed so many opinions on their live stream. Dr. Chi also, his mind was changed quite a lot on Dr. Chi. But he was saying Jeremy Tan changed his mind, and watching Jeremy Tan's speech actually changed my mind. So I feel like he has a bright future if he continues to contest. But I think he just needs a little bit more time for people to trust him. It's a bit harder for an independent candidate because you have to trust their integrity without the backing of a party to know that someone from a party did their duty. Because honestly, it's very nice to be in in politics, right? Like it can help
Is
your...
it though?
Yeah, it can. You get all these connect, especially if you're like in the legal profession. Like you get all the, people look at you differently. If you're running your own business, suddenly it's like, oh, this one minister, people want to know you. You are in parliament. You're sitting with the cool kids. So I feel like it's harder for independent candidates because you have to trust.
We have our first GRC sample count in. Choa Chu Kang GRC,
Oh, wow.
where the PAP is leading with 63% over PSP.
Wow.
So something that I think is interesting
Oh, Tan
is
Si Ling
to-
is in Choa Chu Kang.
yeah.
He moves from Marine Parade.
Oh, Queenstown SMC is out as well.
Account, we have
Eric Chua.
PAP leading PARs Mahabud
This is so scary. Someone said this is so scary.
SMC.
Well, not really. Hi.
Mountbatten.
Oh no, I thought Jeremy Tan would get more votes.
I am very sad about Jeremy Tan. But as we said, like he does need a little bit more time for people to see him. And
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of sad that he only got 38%.
Jivan, you want who to win in SK?
In Sengkang.
Oh, you're in Sengkang also?
Yeah, I'm in Sengkang. Yeah, in Sengkang
Yeah,
also.
but real life,
Oh, Jalan Kayu.
Sengkang
Yeah.
voter.
Bro, we've been called a lot of things already now.
But so your vote is anonymous.
Secret.
Unless you decide to broadcast it to the 750 people who are currently on
Oh,
the
yeah. No. lah.
it's secret.
Yeah, 38% is independent. is
I
actually pretty
agree.
good.
Yeah, 38% as an independent. I think like that last speech really like drove it home as we were talking about earlier. He really zoomed into like local issues that were like
Yes.
local to
Yeah.
his area, the lifts, even small things like telling us how much like it costs to catch the mosquitoes in a block. And then he goes out and talks about like how, we were careless with
Yeah.
FTX investments. He talks about low productivity in workers and why this might be, about groupthink. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy Jeremy Tan, and I feel like even though the voting might be over, it's still so worthwhile to watch his
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
So you can watch it like on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I recommend like if you are not really
Yeah.
living in the area, you don't really care about the day-to-day issues,
Yeah.
go to like 1 hour, the 1 hour in. And that's the point that you gotta start. 1 hour, 30 minutes in even. And that's the point you really gotta start watching.
Yeah. I think he was the one that was also, he said that he won't take salary, right? If
Yeah,
I'm not wrong,
give it back. It's
Yeah.
16K or something like
he won't
won't?
he won't take the salary as the MP, and then
I
yeah.
think he said he's not going to be working his other job. He's not going
No,
to
but I
work,
read that
but-
so
Yeah.
he
Okay.
said the
Maybe on a
16K that he's
podcast.
gonna
he won't like
he's gonna give it back.
yeah.
And basically build things.
Wait, and then on top of that, he's not working his other job. Then he just broke.
Or maybe man's loaded, man's loaded.
Doesn't he do Bitcoin or something?
No, but I love what he
That's
said.
what he said. He endorses actually Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I recall seeing a
I
video of
think
him like
he-
endorsing like Bitcoin and stuff.
He's rolling in that.
And then someone
Yeah.
someone else said about it. They were like, "Oh, he likes to gamble." I think like the incumbent
Yeah.
might have mentioned that he likes to gamble.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, Piyush Gupta of DBS also does." He also
Okay,
does
but that guy
Bitcoin.
earns like-
And then he said even better, which is, was it not a gamble when y'all invested 200 million in FTX,
FTX,
and
yeah.
it's gone down
Very
to
fast. Yeah, that's right.
So I thought that was the best part. And he has all these like cute jingles,
Yeah.
like always tired but cannot retire. Guys, write that
see
down.
that.
Write that down.
You can
Ooh, El Junid, 59% WP.
Oh wow.
You know,
Amazing.
you guys can also watch CNA if you want.
Let's
We are here to
go.
support Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FTX powers goated. Exactly. Thank you, Kelly Lim. But also like when he was like
Ed Sheeran.
part-time salary, and then everyone goes full-time pay.
yeah.
Ed Sheeran did well, did he?
No,
41%.
41%. Yeah.
His team or was
All this Chua Chu Kang.
Somebody actually asked, do you think that Dr. Chi has a chance of getting NCMP?
I don't think so
Oh.
because I feel like the PAP perspective is that he would be too disruptive.
El Junid.
But I could be wrong.
The WPA team, shall we say.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
so happy about Kenneth Tiong, guys. I have to tell you, like, you need to watch his speech. The one that he gave at Anderson JC. I think he. Kenneth.
Wow, Kenneth.
Oh, Tampines Changkat. You guys could have Kenneth Fu.
Oh, this is what I said. Oh, wow, yay.
Shut up, you.
There's a comment. Jade is such a WP supporter.
No,
We just
okay, no.
keep quiet.
I know, thank you for saying I'm a slave, but I'm actually not a major WP supporter. I just felt that I really liked Kenneth Fu and I loved his speech.
What was the WP? Hang on.
Oh my god, he came to my house.
He
Not my
did?
house, but so I'm Holland Bukit Timah.
Okay,
Guys,
what's this?
Can I tell you a story about him?
This guy at Yio Chu Kang doing at your house.
Wait. So I have two houses that I stay somewhere on the weekends and then I stay like
Elsewhere.
I stay elsewhere on like so I left my dancing shoes in my other house. So I went back to collect it as I was going home from the WP rally. So I'm literally watching the WP rally in my car and I see like people in white outside my house.
Oh.
And then my boyfriend is like, oh my god, like funeral, like they're carrying the casket or what, like hey, try. And then as we drive close, we're like, is that
PAP.
PAP? And I was like, the boat is like, isn't it like tomorrow is
cooling day, yeah.
Like this is at like 10
Yeah, they
at
got
night.
until 2, 3, 5 now.
And I
Yeah.
really, no, but I didn't even recognize it. I like never seen you before.
yeah.
Like 5 years here. I mean, but he has his posters out all over lah. Then he was like, "Can I come in?"
Yeah. To your house
Bitch, nobody comes into the house.
at 10:59.
No, at 10, I'm not kidding, I have videos. And at 10:59, I'm not even kidding, I was like, what is this world?
Yeah.
Look, that's outside my house. I was driving in the car.
So many of them.
No, that you know how scary that is?
They're also
guys?
waving to you, by the way.
Actually,
And they're all waving to me.
Yeah. Maybe they knew who you were.
Okay, wait, and then the next video is me out here in the car watching the WP rally.
Yeah.
And then like you go outside and standing in the darkness is this guy in white. Look. I go, hello, can I come in? Look,
My goodness.
like literally in the dark.
STW.
Oh my god.
And it's that guy, and he's like, can I come in? And I'm like, no.
Oh.
Hey, what
okay.
if you
What would
let
you
him
say?
into your house, then you just refuse to let him leave? Does he go to jail?
I just
Not like
What do you mean?
the cops strike 12, then cooling off, then he's inside your house.
That would damn funny. I would do that shit. Fuck, I would do that shit.
can I come in? And I said no. And then he said, why?
Say, call I got boyfriend, lah, sir. What you want?
Like respect.
Maybe when my boyfriend go overseas, you can come in.
I just said like you raise property tax on this whole estate,
Oh.
and now you want to come into the house that you raise tax on? Are you joking? You also put a mosquito thing outside my house.
Oh.
You know that mosquito.
No, but it's that's to
Did I-
trap dengue, right? It's to help with the
Yeah,
Aedes
go ah.
mosquito. That's to help
Why
you.
outside? My house has got water inside. I always go and then I pour out the water. I don't care.
Oh.
No, but it makes me angry, right?
People
Okay, I
want to
don't
save
care.
your life.
I
See,
don't.
that helps us.
Put it somewhere else.
Oh my god, the
This is my
sample count
house.
for Pongo GRC is
Oh my
out.
god. What is
Oh no.
WP,
Joel, don't talk already, Joel, faster.
WP 46%
Oh no.
in Pongo.
Okay, but we can't. Gan Kim Yong is a
Gan Kim Yong,
Gan Kim
the
Yong.
task force man.
Task force man.
On the bright side, we don't lose our DPM.
yeah, yeah,
On the bright side,
Yeah.
we still have a DPM.
yeah. And San Xueling, I like. I
Yeah,
always
everyone
like
likes
her.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Morning Glory, CNA's on my laptop.
Video journalist.
Joel,
No, but I
faster,
actually hated
finish.
how Mr. Lawrence Wong did the task force man thing.
Why is the task
It's
force man?
zero passion. He is task force man.
But he is task force.
Yes.
But just the way he
But the
delivered
way he
it.
delivered lah.
The way he
That's
delivered
his
it.
vibe.
Yes, the task force.
Okay, but to be fair, right? If he tried it a different way, it might not gel with his whole
I just
vibe.
kept thinking of VR man when he said that. To breaking news because like last time the
Oh yeah,
personnel song.
We have the PAP team over in
I want to see Joel's reaction.
the WP team, 54%, wow, 46%.
Wow, actually quite a strong team that they
It's a
picked.
very strong
So
team.
with it, isn't do you
But I'm
This
very
camp-
sick about Harpreet Singh.
Yeah.
Let's move on to other sub-accounts.
Oh, there's more?
Marymount.
All right, Marymount SMC, the incumbent Gan Xiaohua leading PSP's.
Okay. You want
That's
to be
how
in,
one
is
turned
it?
out to be very
Respect.
popular.
Yeah.
Friends waiting for you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, say bye to Jiva. We got another guest.
See you, Stephen. See you.
Yeah.
We
Bye-bye.
have hers, yeah.
Come. Perfect. I mean,
Kim Yong and Lawrence Wong now wiping
yeah.
sweat from their forehead.
This is amazing. I am so happy that PAR
I don't
is
even know where Radin Mas is, to be honest.
I feel like we shouldn't discount the independent.
I don't know where
Hey,
he
Daryl low 24% is pretty good though.
I love that like people look at PAR and they look at the independent
That's one.
and they chose not to.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Okay,
Thank you for joining us.
before you start,
It is not halal, but
To
it's
see
very
you've bumped from Daily Catch Up over to just.
okay, before we start, you must say who you support first.
Oh, today, based on my uniform, as you can tell, as an alternate resident,
It's a good
Okay.
gift for you.
It's okay.
I am the reason why it's so close right now. I'm a swing voter. That's all I will say, and that's all I will share.
Mysterious.
Yeah, what's going on? What have we been updated with so far? I was at rehearsals the whole time, so.
Oh, okay. Let
Who's
me
winning?
show you the table then.
PAP, obviously.
There's been more than 10 results so far.
I like that you're on
Hey,
CNA.
wait, are we not shocked about this?
Because they're supporting Joel, who is our co-host on Straits Time.
Am I shocked about Pongo?
Yeah, the PAP one
No,
is winning sample.
It's just a sample count, but the results are pretty much what you anticipate. No, it's like half and half almost. Because Pongo is an all-new team from WP.
I would think that Pongo, I mean, speaking to people who live in Pongo, they are really very strong WP supporters, and there are more younger people in Pongo. So I would think younger people will float more to WP.
Yes, but the minister anchor is Gan Kim Yong. Task Force.
Task Force Man.
We
A
will
lot of people
always
don't
remember. No, but we will always remember him for pulling us through COVID.
Yeah, task force man.
Which a lot of people don't like. I was just telling her this just now, like,
He's task force man.
Gan Kim Yong, your heaven.
If you have a name
it's
like
not
that,
so
you will
far.
forever be
Wow.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
a
look at
task force
Alginate.
man.
Sweet old Alginate. Stronghold still. Hougang haven't come out yet, huh?
No.
What are your anticipation for? You're Sengkang, I heard?
I'm Jalan Kayu.
Or Jalan Kayu?
I live in Sengkang, yes.
Jalan Kayu is the
We
WP
actually
that had
don't
to
know
say
if they're
sorry,
gonna
right?
be
Yes. Versus Ng Chee Ming.
Oh.
So
Change.
unexpectedly a battleground now.
No, Triple
not
H.
WP.
Guys, do not be sad for PAR, okay? They really don't deserve their deposit.
Oh, the sample count for Deuce GRC is out.
Oh,
don't need see lah, hands down lah.
PAP 75%.
Oh my god. Let me
75%
tell
for
you guys the story, okay?
Yes.
So just now I was going to vote with my brother. I was telling Dennis this story. So after we voted, I'm like, okay, who the hell do you vote for? He was like, opposition. Now what the hell?
SPP.
So my brother is a full-time DJ.
We're trying to say about DJs?
No, nothing. So I said, what the hell? You got $9,000 from the government during COVID? He was like, yeah, but there's only $9,000 for 2 years. I got no job, you know?
Real.
Yeah, I said, okay, you know what? Fair. But I said, why would you vote for, I think it was PPP. PPP in...
PAP versus SPP.
He didn't even look. He
was like,
Look the
he voted party line.
It's not a bunch of peas.
And he was like, PAP this one.
Okay, no, long story short, he was like, but I just want opposition to win. I also opposition to win. He was so passionate about it. So I tried to explain to him.
Yeah.
But Toa Payoh got this, got that, and there are new things coming out and everything. In Toa Payoh itself, you have to vote PAP lah. It's no doubt about
You
it.
don't have
Right?
to do anything.
No, it was just an argument that we were having lah. So he was like, whatever it is, I won't vote for the gay one, the gay one.
The gay one? Oh,
Go Ming Sing.
Yeah, Go Ming Se. And then
Go Ming Se.
I realized that what's this? It's from the same party.
Oh no, Han Hui Hui keeps her deposit.
Han Hui Hui gets to give her deposit.
Yeah, she's keeping her deposit. What's wrong with you?
81%
What is wrong
is
with
quite.
Wait, you hate Han Hui Hui or you don't like? Oh, you like?
I don't like PAR, the whole party.
Okay, but
Oh my god,
Starting
no,
with this
SUP
thing
don't get
down.
to keep it.
Look left, look right, 10%.
wait, how do you tell if they get to keep deposit?
12%.
12%.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't left, no right.
Look left, look right, got 10%.
Guys, he gave you a viral meme and you guys couldn't even give him like the extra 2%.
Okay, to be honest, right, when Lawrence was telling us about how there's going to be a storm the next few years, I thought about it hard and long, and I said I could use a Samuel Lee in Parliament during a storm.
Why? Yeah?
Light-hearted. You know, like, for the next 5 years, you have someone you can laugh with.
Maybe you can have with, laugh with.
More songs. I
Maybe you can have the man wife.
Look left, look right.
Good God. But back to Dew's story about the brother. The truth is, a lot of Malay voters, old or young, whichever generation they are, a lot of them vote party lines. They don't truly care about which representation their GRC MPs are. They just vote party lines. And that's my family as well. And you can tell I'm the black sheep of the family when I announce I'm a swing voter. They're like, what is that? Because they don't understand.
Wait, since you're here, so that's not when Jivan was here, right?
Oh, yes.
We were
So I'm cheering in Sengkang.
we were thinking of a word that is in
Why are people
Malay
cheering in Sengkang?
for the Malay community that is very similar to it, the K word. There isn't one, right?
Is there an equivalent?
Sengkang GRC results are out and the WP has 56% retaining Sengkang with a wider
That one we
margin.
know already lah. That one we know
With
already
a wider
lah.
margin.
Right.
Well done, Sengkang.
Well
residents.
done. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's not higher.
I want to see West
I thought
Coast.
that they would have a higher mandate.
I wanna see
That's
West
it.
Coast.
Aljudate's team's win by sample count is slightly less than last election.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
how many times we have to
interesting.
show this? We know already.
No, I didn't.
Holland Bukit Timah.
Mine.
PAP 80%.
Of course lah, it's the rich folks.
Remember when I...
Hey, you know what?
No, but do you remember...
Vivian didn't even rally. Did he even rally?
No, he did. He went out and he gave a few speeches. But I remember we had like another video and it was like the most boring battleground state. And I said it's going to be Holland Bukit Timah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And it was.
Yeah.
It's boring. How many?
80.
80%. There you go.
the most exciting
boring.
one is Tampines. Agree? No, disagree.
Agreed
I think
that
Jalan
it
Kayu
was
SMC will be...
West Coast Jurong.
No, West Coast will be the exciting one.
Oh, really?
Because PSP, the previous time I think PAP only had 51.7%.
I see. I'm excited because it became a 4-cornered fight. Or how many cornered fight that was.
No, but if Desmond loses, he loses his PMship.
If that's...
PMship pula is ministership.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
that was when-
Congratulations.
I'm clapping really for her Tingru and James.
I really like
Louis
Tingru.
Hua.
I like Tingru.
WP had a really good pamphlet in Sengkang. They announced that they have to,
Abdul
they have
Mohamed,
to ask about the aeroplane noise.
Before.
I told you.
80% tau, mashallah.
Hey, Niza, don't even bother lah. Fazli, don't bother.
But okay, it's nice that they managed to keep their deposit.
Can I ask, why do you all think
Encourage people to
stronger
run.
opposition MPs don't contest the stronger anchor ministers in their wards?
Because they don't want to lose.
It's a chess game.
It's a game of chess, yeah. Like let's say you send Pritam to like Pongo, right?
Right.
Then it becomes very difficult.
So every time
Hey,
you
wait,
send
why
someone,
is that guy wearing a hat? Can ah?
very soon you will start to wear hats too.
I will wear a songkok at least, you know.
That's interesting. Okay.
Holland Bukit Timah giving ice cream every day at Bukit Panjang trying to make up for his hamster breeding. What?
My mom was very, very sad to be cut out of Lee Hsien Loong GRC because every Mother's Day they give a nice cake.
Oh, that's...
That's so sweet.
And that's a few weeks away.
Yeah, she said next week she's not
Sorry.
gonna get a cake, so she's like very sad.
I'm sorry.
Who's contesting for her now?
The Jalan Kayu. Jimmy versus Andre.
Then maybe Andre can give her a cake. Who she voted for?
Hey, wait, Mike. You are all wearing mics.
That's nice. That's lovely.
My whole family.
Oh, I would imagine.
I really heard a lot of bad things about Chiming after I said I wanted to vote PAP, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm very humbled. PAP is like one seat away from a simple majority.
But isn't this guy it?
If
Yeah,
I'm
can,
not
can.
wrong,
But we've already, so help
please.
yourself.
But we can also order more food if you want more
Do
food.
you want a new fork?
That is butter, not tofu.
Got you. Thank you.
Thanks to
no,
Charles.
this is.
So she took a mouthful.
Sorry, let me switch.
Can we get you food? Can we order?
No, love,
food
look,
for you?
I'll
this is
just
a new
buy
plate.
whatever. That,
You want a plate? No need.
Yes.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so what was interesting about
Marceline, congrats! We still have a PM, guys. Marceline.
Hey, actually, what would have happened if the
for
PM,
PAP?
the PM, and then what happened to a PM?
So we actually copped a lot of hate for this because we asked the same question.
Oh, and-
Everyone was like, y'all don't know.
We don't know.
When no, we know.
Oh.
We know.
Oh, we know.
Flip, flop, flip. 33%.
Flip the flop, flip the flop.
Play the flop. SDA.
Desmond, why? Switch the camera now! You see, guys? I tell you already. You see why
Shouting
Desmond?
on the live stream.
Wait, there are two Desmonds, there are two Desmonds.
Everybody made fun of me when I made fun of Desmond. Look at the results, guys. I'm telling you, he is a good guy, but if he speaks proper English, if he can really present himself well, he does a lot of good deeds already. He was gonna get more votes, I swear. I swear if he speaks well and everything, like
So you can never run for election.
I can never run. I admit. Like,
No.
guys, come on.
If Dew runs, even if he can run, you should never vote for him.
I
but
would
to-
vote for you.
To answer, here's this
No,
question.
you wouldn't. You'd be in there and you'd be like, no.
Through a storm, I need someone to laugh with.
For a different reason.
Desmond,
The PM will need to
balls
step down.
out, man.
And has to be elected.
And then what happened?
So out of the majority party, which is PAP, still probably will win overall. The simple majority, they have to elect a new one.
And then it's going to be Chan Chun Sing. Don't want.
It could be one of the DPMs.
Who's
Yeah.
Oh, Gang Kim Yong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vicky.
Task Force Man.
Yeah,
East
but,
Coast,
but just
yeah.
to clarify, when
Yes,
we
I
asked
see.
that question, it was like a thought experiment. Because what I was wondering is if they would just put him in as an NMP. Because I don't know if you need to be an elected member of parliament in
Oh, that's
order
a very
to be
fair thought.
in order to be PM. Because if you think about the reserve presidency, sometimes they will just force whoever they want. Like if they really want, there's actually nothing stopping them.
Yeah.
So they will, maybe there will be a committee to see whether it's okay, and the committee will say it's okay.
Why is Kang Kim
No
Yong?
one's done Kim Yong song.
So in the pandemic, Muna and I were such Gang Kim Yong stans. And we created every song that's popular on radio and just translated the lyrics to Gang Kim Yong.
West Coast is
That's amazing.
And everyone's been asking me for the Gang Kim Yong clips to be up, and I'm so sorry, but here we go. Gang Kim Yong, you're heaven. You're lying to Gang Kim Yong to make me jealous. You're looking to Gang Kim Yong to make me heaven. Gang Kim, Gang Kim, Gang Kim, Gang Kim Yong, Gang Kim, Gang Kim, Gang Kim Yong, Gang Kim Yong, Gang Kim. So Muna and I would reply each other the lyrics after each other.
Okay.
Through a Gan Kim Yong song.
Oh my god, sorry to cut you off. West Coast Jurong GRC.
What's happening in West Coast?
ESP has 39%.
Okay. Why you keep it so exciting?
Hey, why is ST getting the new Soul Lake? Why?
Joel.
Shout out
Joel!
FIFA refrain from Channel News Asia.
How is it ST government funded? Oh, not anymore.
I think they still are a state media, no?
We are really trying to stay loyal to Joel.
Yes. I think they got
Yes, stop.
finally.
my God.
Oh.
I mean, PAP majority seat, obviously they will
Guys, we still got a minister
thing.
for HDB.
Okay, but this
for the parks and for the MSF.
Yeah, congratulations on your $2 million HDB resale market.
Oh man, the Silat guy.
Silat guy.
Yeah, the Sila guy.
Silat guy.
Kapan Baru.
Okay, you know what I heard?
Yes.
So I got to interview the Sila guy. So I was like, sir, I'm just gonna assume why you did the Silat.
Because it's
So
Malay.
yeah, so I said maybe you want to. Yeah, I said so maybe you want to appeal more to the Malay people. So you're like, okay, what common ground do we have? Maybe Silat is the one. Then he was like,
Nobody fights with Silat anymore,
yeah.
bro.
So he was like, no. Then I'm like, oh shit. So I said what happened? You know what he said?
What?
So ST asked him 3 times to do the Silat.
Hey, why you call out Straits Times? Huh?
No, but it's on the other podcast that I
We're
did.
not calling out Straits Times. We love Straits Times.
So then he was like, no. Then they were like, but your colleague sang. Which is the Strangers in the Night. Then he was like, really? He did? Then he was like, yeah, they did. Show him the video. He was like, okay lah. Then he said,
So I wonder what really
he got
hurt.
peer pressure.
What do you think hurt Leong Man Wai and the rest of PSP?
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked by the
But
margin.
I'm wondering if like the POFMA claim on Leong Man Wai earlier, I don't know if this was
Interesting.
would have affected like the perception of him in his role as
If I was a young voter in West Coast
As
Jurong
in-
West, in the last 5 years, all I see of Liang Man Wai is all this wild card sentiments he shouts in Parliament. So in my head, as a young voter, I think he's not
Okay.
But
okay.
based on the
Fair.
things he brings up and policies-wise, most young voters don't follow politics. You know what I mean? They don't care for policies. They just see snippets of news on social media and associate you as a nutcase.
As in that case, because he did bring up, I think for people who don't really understand what happened in Parliament, is that he was issued a POFMA, and the POFMA was because he brought up a story about HDB that was shared to him by a couple, and he had broadcasted this quite far and wide, and then it turned out that the couple actually lied or there was some untruths in it, and he was issued a POFMA. So and all the newspaper reported was that he was POFMA. So I wonder if that kind of affected his credibility as a candidate. I don't know if West Coast.
I mean, if it didn't affect Pritam's credibility,
But then again, Pritam is a very long-standing candidate with a very long track
the best.
record,
And he's more well-spoken.
yeah, and you know, as an
Thank you.
He got the daddy
only as
vibes.
for daddy vibes,
From
daddy
you.
vibes.
When we mentioned this, we will count
As a West
who
Coast
was
person,
most
I'm
daddy
shocked.
in government.
Um,
And
I
Vivian
would say
Balakrishnan
Shanmugam.
also ranked high.
And Shanmugam?
so I said I thought you all vote.
He was not part of the conversation.
I disagree that everyone voted off.
Daddy. What are you talking about?
Real.
I think that's
Aiza
why it's so
Mara.
important to have due.
Sengkang. Oh, do it. Yeah, guys.
I think that's why it's so important to have due.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will come on here and they will say opposition is good this, opposition is good that. But who comes on and says, I love the PAP? Like if I could, like if PAP was a man, I would get on my knees and
Relax.
You
I
would,
did say that.
right?
I did say that. But okay, it depends.
If the choice was between PAP as a man and WP as a man,
No, I just don't understand why people like, guys, let's be real. I mean, there are some areas where WP
No.
confirm will win, but let's be real. Are we really ready for opposition to take over the country? Let's be real.
Not even that. Are we ready for a Malaysia-like climate with our parliament where it's half and half?
Yeah.
Or like even in America where it's half and half. It's truly polarizing, and I don't think in the next 5 years where the world is so uncertain, we need that for now.
Yeah.
fair enough.
That's why I say opposition is always people's hero. Like, we love you, man, but now it's not your time.
Can I offer like a
Alternative.
alternative? It's
Yeah.
that they didn't contest that many seats. Right?
Yeah.
I think it was only 13. I mean,
So it
I'm
wouldn't
just
be
gonna-
problematic. Lah.
Yeah, it would always be a super majority for PAP in Parliament. But I think what people were calling on was more accountability, because we cannot afford to make the same kind of mistakes that we made the last 4 years. Like, for example, like, thank God for the 6 PAP non-Labour MPs who spoke out against the NTUC Alliance deal. Thank God for like the WP who spoke out about it. I mean, and I mean they didn't vote against it, but they did abstain. So thank God for like all the voices that say no, this is not correct. The checks and balances, because that is what we are going to need when people get
Fair.
lazy, when people are not accountable.
Yeah. I love how well Jade shares her thoughts.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
Action only this one. Politics.
That's not water.
It is water. Oh.
No, that's cold.
Politics should be boring in my opinion, and rather exciting parts to be some here. Huh? What do you mean?
They want something exciting.
Okay, I'll show one.
I think Yellow Banana is saying that like politics should not be like drama. Like you see in the US, right? Like, so many people and like all the late night talk shows, they base so much of their materials on them because there's things to poke fun at and things to laugh at. But politics should be like for the people and for, you know.
Because they got Trump. Of course, there's so many things.
I
to
feel
poke
like
at.
drama happens when there's more polarity within parliament. So the reason why we've not witnessed drama is because it's been majority incumbent all this while.
But I do think that honestly Singapore's one is quite boring aside from election period. Like I think it's quite funny to see election period and then all of a sudden, right, Pritam is coming out to say like, oh, like the tone changes so much during election. Then after election, everyone's like, okay, now let's work together.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but that's something that I like about it.
Yeah.
But maybe we could do with a little bit more pushback.
Yeah.
What do you mean pushback? Eh?
A little bit more pushback. Like, I feel like they should have really held somebody accountable for what happened with Accra. I feel like Christopher D'Souza and what he did with the affidavit, why is it that every single lawyer I know said that if he did that in a law firm, he would have been fired straight away? Why is that every single lawyer I know, and I mean, I'm in a family of lawyers, right? Mother lawyer, father lawyer, boyfriend lawyer, sister lawyer. Every lawyer I know is like, this is a huge mistake. You cannot lie on an affidavit. Especially if there's like, why is he still running? And I mean, obviously the answer is that because he's Christopher D'Souza, they've lost way too many like anchor ministers. They lost way too many ministers because they were retiring. So as an MP, you know, they couldn't lose Christopher D'Souza. And I just feel like that's not right. Someone should have taken him to task in. But you know, so many things were coming out from both parties at the time.
Yeah.
So when the thing about Christopher D'Souza came out, that's when we also heard that's when Ride Out Road happened with Vivian Balakrishnan with Minister
Is that the same
Shamsudin.
time the cheating happened?
And the cheating happened.
Affairs, yeah.
The two affairs from both
They were like
parties.
trading blows.
No, I think they already know. They're just waiting to put the cut down. Oh, and then I feel so bad because I love Leon Pereira. He was a MP for Serangoon.
We also rank him as quite daddy.
Okay, can we just say
What
something?
a loss.
Can I just say
What
something?
a loss.
These next 5 years, right? I don't care if my MPs have affairs. If they're reliable and they are someone who we can definitely need in parliament, let them cheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the problem with cheating?
So, guys.
We all have cheated once, maybe?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Don't cheat on the country. Don't cheat on your SMC. JLC.
But when you have these personal entanglements within a party, don't you think that you will not be able to fully function as your role as an MP in order to like push back against bad ideas?
No.
Because you'll be clouded by the fact that
Okay,
you want
then
to shut
cheat
them.
across party lines.
Wait.
For better harmony.
Why not?
What if it's just his coping mechanism? He's stressed. What? Run the.
You can cheat with someone else. You cannot cheat within the party. That's so
Okay,
wrong.
so what Jay is saying is
That's
cheat
HR.
across the party line.
Wait. I feel like in an office, are you allowed to sleep with your co-workers?
Yes.
As
The
long as
boss don't
nobody
find
find
out.
Stop.
You are allowed to sleep with
Don't
your
wanna-
boss if they offer you a higher pay. Yes. That's entirely up to you, lah.
You always quote Lee Kuan Yew.
So that's how you got your job.
What was it? As long as no one find out. What was it? You quote him all the time. You can do whatever as long as nobody. Oh,
I
that was-
100,000% you does not know a single quote by Lee Kuan Yew.
Hey,
One.
whoever runs Singapore need to have the iron in them
You know when I saw
for
that
as long.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
when I saw that clip, I realized a lot of my family members can never run Singapore because they are all iron deficient.
But they have some.
As long as I'm here, nobody's gonna take it from me. Eh?
It's not lah. That's why we're
He said
starting
like
to
if,
take it away from.
even if they worry me into
Close,
my
the first
grave
half.
and I sense something is wrong, I'm going to come back. He said something like that.
Hey, I'm a big
I
fan
love
of
him.
Lee Kuan Yew. What? I thought you know this.
I like Lee Kuan Yew.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people
Tama
say he
was
don't like
being
Malay
carried
people.
wrong when he
doesn't hate Malay people lah.
Guys, Leong Man Wai is an optimist. When interviewed, he said they are still counting. But the percentage is 39%.
Speaker, if minister is still counting, I suggest you let him count.
Oh no.
Maybe he doesn't want to
An
let his take
optimist.
down. Don't worry lah, they come wrong, they come wrong.
Why? But he did make a good point with that. Like, why did you ask me that question? You know, he was in parliament. He said, why do you ask me that question? He should be asking me that question. The Speaker of Parliament is supposed to be impartial.
Yeah.
So do your job, sir.
By the way, Indrani flipped the file. That was kind of hot.
She
I've
is.
never been turned on by a woman until I saw Indrani.
Indrani's a baddie.
Indrani is hot.
I'm
Like,
actually so sad about Harpreet Singh.
yeah?
Yes. But I think, you know, there is
Let me
this
look
like
at what was
testing
Pongo's
phase.
previous
Honestly,
results.
majority don't care. Maybe some would think Tharman is still their MP.
Guys, you all know the Hougang
I love the
coffee
chemistry
sh-
between you.
Hougang
Thank
people
you.
are in high spirits despite the sample count not
I
being
am
in
sad.
yet. They have already begun celebrating and singing "We Are the Champions." If they lose Hougang, this is gonna be quite embarrassing.
Oh no.
You know, I feel so bad because I on a Straits Time post when he first announced he was going to contest for Hougang, PAP's candidate Marshall Lin. We all know that Hougang is a stronghold for opposition, right? So my caption was just based off that sentiment. I commented, well, to quote RuPaul Drag Race, somebody's got to go home first. And then next thing I know, I found out I was supposed to have an interview with him.
Oh.
And he said, oh yeah, we are aware of that comment, but he still wanted to do the interview, but eventually it didn't happen.
Oh.
But
Well,
yeah.
it's nice.
And then I researched about Marshall Lin and I was truly impressed. I feel like Marshall Lin, if like in the leagues of 5G leaders or 6G leaders, she has the rigor of PM quality. You all cannot sleep on Marshall Lin. Yes, he attempted to contest for Hougang, but you all need to try and witness Marshall Lin again.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give him a shot. He's young and fresh, but he's got the rigor. He was a lawyer, I believe.
A
No,
what?
someone is so right. Gan Kim Yong cannot go, guys.
Go on this side.
Can see.
It's very interesting with the gerrymandering with Jurong GRC. So, you know,
Alleged.
The interesting is, no, it's not alleged to me. Okay, when you vote, no, it's not alleged to me. It's obvious. But I mean, it's what? I was it Lee Hsien Loong who said it, which is on the incumbent to decide what is advantageous to them.
And that's, yeah.
No, I mean, Actually, no, it shouldn't be, sir, but fine.
No,
I
as
think
in
it's interesting that you can't vote wherever you want. You have to go to your polling station so they have precise data of where you live and what
that's
percentage.
scary.
Yeah, so as I was voting today, I was like, why do I have to go to NJC? Like I'm nearer to like this other place, this other polling station. And as we are driving, he's like, my boyfriend is like, who's much smarter than me. He's like, duh, so they know which percentage of that specific area down to your neighborhood votes for where.
Can I ask a stupid question and then
No.
I don't know who here can answer.
No
but-
stupid
Okay,
question.
I'm the stupidest one.
People
Maybe
always say, right, that your vote is secret.
Uh-huh.
So then why is there like serial number and everything?
it's to
think
be
it's a fraud.
accountable for
So there are no frauds.
So then no Malaysian will attempt to vote on your behalf.
Yeah.
But I need to bring my IC anyway.
Yeah, then
so
your
there are
IC
no
is
double
tagged
votes lah.
to yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But what is the vote they will never see? So silly, I love it.
Oh no! Oh no, NCM is leading.
No!
Guys.
Guys, let me read your MOE expose.
Let's sell more
Where's NCM?
of Singapore
Mine,
businesses,
Jalan
homegrown
Kayu.
Singapore businesses to international corporations.
Guys, if sorry, is this Straits Times thing live? Can you guys comment on like why are you guys receiving the news so late?
No, I think because they are commenting on each GRC as it goes, so they are delaying showing the next
Okay,
results.
producer, raise up your hand behind the screen. Raise up your hand. News. Yeah.
And this food is good, Go to,
Hey, this butter is something else.
Jalan Kayu is
no?
52% Ng Chee Ming right now.
Too.
48% WP.
I'm excited for the time millennials
That's
become like the majority of MPs contested.
And Nee Soon is also in at 74% PAP.
But I feel like
Will
we're
be
just gonna
Inshan.
grow up
Yeah.
to be more.
uncle.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna grow up to be the new boomers.
Okay, but do you think we will do the whole sing song, silat thing to introduce ourselves? I feel like
Yes.
every time election comes, like why is this the first time we hear of them or see of them? They should do the silat within the first 4 years, right? Get it out of the way. Let's know you from before then. So by the time election comes, you can just talk about policies. I don't care to get to know you by election period. I want to get to know what your sentiments are, what your politics are, what your policies are. So all this silat thing, the sing song thing, the look left, look right, do it tomorrow when election period. Do it tomorrow. Hi, I look left, look right for a career path.
Okay, but if you realize
Business request.
all the singing is coming from ST.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straits
So-
time. You wanna explain yourself?
Yeah.
Joel.
Sembawang GRC results are in.
Ooh, in ah.
PAP has a 67% majority, SDP 31%, and NSP 2%.
Who's SDP's anchor over there?
For Sembawang itself, let me see.
Hey, Straits Times, faster lah! What you're doing? Jalan Kayu SMC. Denise said this 5 minutes ago, guys.
Excuse me.
Damn it, Andre, I believed in you.
So we all know who you
Your
vote for
comment
lah.
like is very deep. We're at code 2, by the way.
Who's that Grab driver?
Which one is the Grab driver? They all look like Grab. No, it's just the way the photos are shot. Honestly, it's just the way the photos are shot.
Let's go, Mishan!
Minshan! Mandate for you, Minshan.
in Sembawang.
I always like Minshan. Sorry, I know a lot of people are going to disagree.
I love Minshan.
But I
I
love
also
Minshan.
support.
Minshan's to me the hottest MP. Me and Muna think Minshan is the hottest
Of course, Muna.
Because he's very stern.
She likes
daddy vibes.
Alan
Him
Rickman.
over Gan Kim Yong for you.
Yeah, 100%.
A Minshan
1000%.
song.
No, Minshan, you don't sing song. Minshan, you imitate him. Oh, shouted coward! Ma'am, you're not my resident. This is not MPS for you.
Wow, I respect you so much. You're multi-talented.
What?
I love Minshan. I'm so happy he won. We stand.
Oh my god.
Oh
Why
my.
is your show sold out already tomorrow?
I have a few more. Why?
Guys, I need to say. Oh, sorry.
Well,
Before I start to
Later, just shout out.
oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what? There were 900 people in this live stream.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's some left. So.
So that's it.
What
Okay.
I said, PAP supporter, is it?
Yeah, but okay, can I just say something about this fight between Ng Chee Ming and like Andre Loh?
They
Guys,
look like he gave birth to him.
it's not.
Closely.
First of all,
I think that's a bit racist.
that's not. That's
Oh, look.
not. That's ages.
All they have is different partings, hair partings. That's all. They look the same.
No.
They
Okay.
look like father and
No.
son.
I see what you mean. It is racist. It is also ageist. Okay, and this is not the way that we evaluate them. But I see what you mean. But also, that's very racist.
The correct Malay way of saying this is dia kembas pepek.
Anyway,
Vagina twins.
Thank you.
he
They
almost
look the same.
sold us out, guys. Like, it's so important that we keep. I mean, but Kenneth Fu mentioned this. It's like, why don't we have like a Lego? Like, Denmark has roughly the same amount of people. They have things like Lego. They have, they have like these homegrown companies, and we spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on R&D. Why is it that we have not produced anything similar? It's because we keep selling out to the highest bidder the second something goes big. So we had this wonderful homegrown company, and what do you want to do? Sell it out to Allianz? Are we okay? Are we okay? No.
And he was rude to teachers.
I saw that. The MOE on it.
Okay, so it's very interesting. So like 2 days before, 2 days ago, there was a drama about him when he was Minister of Education. Yeah, so at that time, I think what he did was someone asked him a question in a closed door thing, and he
They asked him
answered
about
it.
set schools.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a question that has never been asked before. So I think they just wanted to hear how he would have answered it. And then he responded quite angrily. And then after asking the question, the person went to sit back down. Then he said, when minister is talking to you, you better stand up.
Yeah, that was a bit off lah.
And then after that, it was a series of events. They said that, somebody else came to supplement on the set school question. Then they said, hey, y'all don't need to conspire against minister, okay? Then he's like, nobody's trying to conspire against you. And then after that, he proceeded to ask, like, how many of y'all here even read at least one book a month?
Oh, wow.
Then a lot of people raise their
why
hands
he's so
because they are
insecure?
literature teachers. So a lot of people raise their hands. Then he say, sure or not, y'all read fiction or serious book?
Serious book is what? It's fiction or non-fiction?
I think maybe he don't consider Twilight. So yeah, then a lot of people in the comments were also seconding that. They say that, oh, I was also there, then they had picture proof and everything. And apparently back when he was in MINDEF, he also wasn't the nicest guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of military people in parliament, huh?
Yeah, but I guess there's a reason for it, which is that usually the military offers scholarships to what they would consider the best and brightest, and then they get this education, and then they get a fast track, and then they also have all these opportunities to serve in public service roles, to be head of this and head of that. So they also have a lot of experience in civil service. So it kind of
Are there
tracks.
military people in opposition?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's
Because I think you might be fired. you were in the military and then you were like, I'm going to run for WP. I don't know how
That's
to
not
go
true.
down.
That's not true. There was one Indian lady who was running for opposition. She was a general or something.
Ex.
Yeah. Well, but
running for opposition.
Oh, but they do have to step down before they run. I don't know actually. He with Fu Qian gang. In 3 more GE, a lot will stop voting. Old Gen need to stop voting. I don't think that we should say the older generation should stop voting. The older generation do have their own set of priorities, and we can't discount that just because we're younger, just because we don't share the same values. A lot of older generation know what it's like to grow up in a time where Singapore was a lot more poor,
Very fair.
in times where it was maybe a little bit more dangerous, where literacy wasn't what it is today. So they have a very unique perspective.
nation building was a priority over your own personal sentiments like queer rights. Fair, very fair. Your country cannot eat, you care first, man, who you can
Yeah, so no, absolutely not. They should not stop voting.
Okay, so the 2 big results, if I'm not wrong, that we are still waiting for is Hougang and Tampines.
Ooh, Aljunied still a blue.
Oh, East Coast is also not out yet.
I like how the Workers' Party is blue and the other incumbents' colours red. It's really
yeah.
like America, no?
Yeah.
What if another opposition win? Would it be a different colour?
Yes.
Oh,
so
interesting.
their colours are all here. Actually, it's on our screen.
Yes, I realised.
realised.
But the map is cooler lah, because it's Channel News Asia, right? You're watching.
This one is Straits Times map.
Oh, okay.
CNA is doing a live feed. I think maybe it takes longer to update the map. That's why they're slow. But the previous election, PAP actually won a total of 83 seats. So they're about 10 seats away from matching their previous performance.
By they, you mean opposition or incumbent?
Incumbent.
Got you.
I'm quite curious also who will get the NCMP seats. Because PSP is quite far off, so they'll lose the 2 that they had in government.
Why don't
right?
you be an independent NCMP? I think you would be the right amount of problem, but solution.
I have no interest. I think that people need to respect people who are in parliament. But I don't care. I don't want to go for the meetings. I don't want to sit there and be like,
You just want to complain from your street.
from here. And I complain, and we can complain
Subscribe.
for 10 days. Yeah, we complain for 10 days over 2 nights of filming. That's fine for me. I'm not going to sit in Parliament and listen to whether or not we should test period pads for DNA to find out who is doing the killer litter. That's actually what you have to listen to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like hell no, hell no.
After a while, I might embellish a bit of my script also and say like some untruths.
For fun.
Yeah, because
just stir some shit, right?
Like boring only my script. What if I was there with the SA victim? What if
Maybe that's what happened to the look left, look right guy. He was like, alamak, some boring
So he
sing song
Yeah. But we were saying like, if you could contest with one party, who would contest with? Me and you were like,
contest with
Syed Alwi is not.
An independent researcher of the astrological world.
Oh,
Okay, no, so he went on and he was like, I love his goated. This independent researcher.
Yeah, because he studies what's these different dimensions. Yeah, black
And
holes.
what are his credentials? Why do you believe him?
Yeah, and they were asking which uni did he study at.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
So independent. He's independent.
You got me at like, you study galaxies. I'm like, oh, wow, so cool. I want you on the podcast. Let's talk about the galaxies you've learned.
Then just have him as a guest. Why you want him as your MP?
I don't want him as my MP. He shouldn't. I cannot have him as my MP. I just like, okay, this guy is cool.
I agree, Bertha Hansen as an NCMP, but I don't know if she would care to do it. So I think like the
Bertha
amount
Hansen.
of but she doesn't have anything to gain from it at the same time. So for example, like for me as an NCMP, I would gain nothing. Unlike if I was a lawyer, it would help my practice. If I had a business, I
They
could
don't have money,
everything.
NCMP?
No, I mean you get salary, but like, what's the point?
If you care, like,
me,
care for our policy,
这个好
fine, but why is it all the Malay gay men are PAP supporters? Among all the Malay gay men I know, hey, what makes you think I didn't vote blue?
Also, because now they can suck cock and not go to jail. Why cannot vote? Good
No,
what?
but he said already he's a swing voter, so not
Yeah, I think like if you're answering to Cheng Hao, the other gay men who
No,
support
but I
him.
think like we should like really engage with this and ask like I know a lot of Malay people who are very hardcore PAP supporters. Is there like a reason why? Is it true? Can someone like maybe fact check? Like I don't know.
I think there's a fair balance of PAP supporters and.
Do you
like,
think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Opposition, right, always leverage off marginalized communities for their votes, which is why at their rallies, it's largely brown people going. My question is, I can understand that sentiment because you always feel like you're not heard in policy making, right? And therefore, a lot of Malays and Indians feel like we should just park ourselves with opposition. My question is, when I see staunch PAP supporters that are brown folks, Malay and Indian, and like are volunteers or participants or even MPs themselves, I go like, why that sentiment to park and latch yourself with incumbent? What do you think?
You know, actually, I disagree with the original premise, which is that when we were at the WP rally, there were not a lot of black and brown people.
Oh.
It was run by Chinese, right?
Really?
Yeah.
At the WP rally, it was a lot of Chinese people.
But
So-
like low-income Chinese families, right?
I mean, I don't know if I'm
Middle.
middle income. I mean, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
but-
Oh, you all Bukit Timah lah.
I don't know if we were
You're
like
intruding
I don't know if we consider that like low income, but I don't think so. And like I think a lot of my family members also went, and they're not exactly low income. So I don't know if that is so true. And a lot of people from my sister's high school were there, and I saw a whole group of them, and they're from SOTA, Yale, and US.
I think T20 would never vote opposition. I don't know of any T20 who would be like, okay, we'll vote opposition. Most T20 would be like,
They were at the rally though.
really?
Yes.
You were there for fun.
No, I wasn't. I
Oh,
was.
you were there, WPW.
Okay, let me
No,
give
I mean,
you my
it wouldn't matter. I'm not a WP
my
supporter.
uneducated sentiment.
Yes, carry on, sir.
So this is a very uneducated sentiment. Okay.
But give it.
Yeah.
The people
So
vote
I
like
think
you.
there are why you say there are more Malays who are PAP supporters because I don't think they read enough. So okay.
Some people.
Gay people don't read. How many books they read?
Not gay, not gay.
Yeah, how many?
The Malay, I was saying Malay, okay? So for example now, I am not very intelligent, okay? I am so lazy to read. And I'm already am a minority. And we feel like we cannot make a change. So instead, we follow the system that is given to us. So no matter what the PAP says, right, we will find solutions based on our own lives
To make it work for you.
to make it work for us.
So
It's
that's
like,
your perspective.
okay, HDB 500K, yeah. After my job, I drive Grab lah, bopian lah. The country is like this lah. We just make it work lah.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
speaking
you know?
for you and like the people that you.
This is what I
not
feel
for
lah.
the whole-
Yeah, not for the whole
Oh,
community.
okay, yeah, that makes sense for. I think
Yeah.
a lot of.
I feel
people,
at the-
regardless of race, think that way.
The crux of it is that we feel like because we are minorities, we cannot make a change, just go with the system. And so far, maybe the system works for them. I mean, like, again, the L-shaped houses, right? Like my mom lives in an L-shaped house. So many people were coming for me.
You don't know what it is, right?
So many people were coming for me at the comment saying I'm privileged. Dude, my mom lives in an L-shaped house. How am I privileged? I'm so thankful
They weren't
for
saying that you were privileged, they were saying we were privileged.
No, they were saying I also privileged. Of course,
Really?
I say no homeless in Singapore. But yeah, no, my mom lives in an L-shaped house, and I was thinking to myself, like, if there weren't single flats like this, and my mom got a divorce with my dad, where the hell would she live now?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And look at the people who are living in the L-shaped houses. Most of them are from our community. So is it wrong that they support the PAP because at their lowest, PAP was there to help them, like, hey, we can rent you a house for $150 a month.
Right.
You just stay here. I mean, it's not that nice, but here's a roof.
I feel like Denise have updates for us.
Hougang SMC results are in.
Can you
Yes,
put
sir.
your ad, please?
Oh, what is this? Instagram.
PAP has
What is it?
Your Instagram. So people can-
37% in Hougang.
Oh, that is a bad loss.
Oh my God.
So the WP won with 63% of the votes for Hougang SMC. Hougang SMC.
I feel like Marshall should contest for another SMC the next round because he is truly, if you all need to study him, he really has promise. Like the 6G leaders, I can imagine him being one of them. 6G, you know.
6G.
We just entered 4G. I'm thinking about 6G already. Would you ever
I
run
don't
for
know whether
government?
I'll be alive for 6G.
Yes lah, we will. What are you talking
We
about?
from 3G to 4G is like 20 years.
Okay lah, we will be 80 lah at 6G.
Morning
Really
glory.
long.
I actually had the same thought. Like, why are you glazing?
Who's glazing?
You glazing Marshall.
Oh, why?
glazing him so
Because I had
he is
to,
a comedian.
I had to correct myself. I stood corrected with my sentiments about Marshall. Yes, is he stupid for contesting in Hougang? For sure. But the fact that he believed in himself enough and I read up about him, like, oh, and I learned about his policies, I was like, okay, I'm so sorry that I laughed at you. Clearly a stupid mistake to try and contest in Hougang, but still, you got promise.
Is there a way that like the admin of like the chat can like pin the Instagram profile of the guest? Just like Twitch, I don't know if there's a way.
Who don't know Hazy? Come on,
I
guys.
think
No,
you
people
comment and
ask, but it's just like
I think you need to leave a comment and then pin it.
yeah, maybe we can pin comments for like the because
Lukman
people
wants
ask-
to know what are you eating, Dew?
I
Pop.
have no
Malay people.
I have no idea, but this is how it looks like. It's dessert.
That's the, you know what? Zengap has a fair point also that we didn't bring up.
Malay PAP ministers and
Okay,
MPs are very
so
interesting.
this is the thing, right? When it comes to Malay MPs, I feel like, okay, why is it that we have a minister for Malay Muslim affairs but not the other communities?
But Sinda have. Don't have.
No. Sinda Mendaki, yes, but
Oh, yeah.
a minister for a specific community, Muslim affairs, Malay Muslim affairs, we have one. And I feel like it is such a, as long as you take care of the Malay community and you put tribe leaders within that compound, you are forever already appeasing to them. So, which is why Masagos and Faisal Manap is a strong battle. You know, it's two Malay Muslim community leaders that the Malay community affiliate themselves with.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why PAP, I guess, will always have a stronghold with the Conservatives because Mendaki and Muiz are all that body,
Yeah.
right?
Is Herzy a comedian? He's so funny. Yes, and he has a political show,
Tomorrow.
comedy show tomorrow actually. Go to his account at Herzy
Oh
official.
no, NSP at Tampines GRC. NSP had 0%.
Oh no.
0.
0%.
That's what you get.
And
That
the
is
PAP
what
wins
you
with
get.
53% of the votes in
Okay,
Tampines
sample
GRC.
count.
Tampines wins?
Bayam King.
Wait. This is official?
Yes.
No,
No,
this-
this is sample count. Official sample count.
But what I
It's
think
not the
we can
final
do is
tally.
like we can maybe like put the link to his show or something. Can anyone pin it in a comment?
Okay lah. Well,
Are you sure? Because people here will be interested. In,
Okay, are you
People
sure?
here are interested in politics, and it's like a politics.
got you. It's
Yeah,
it's an election result show tomorrow. It's a stand-up piece, so do come. It'll be fun. I think I have like
Yeah.
10 more seats left. If y'all want. But
SG Andy Lau in Tampines.
Marine Cat, can you tell me why you're surprised that PAP won in Tampines?
I thought that it was 50-50.
Oh, it's
Wait, what was-
53-46.
okay, very close.
Yeah.
Very
Masagos for the PAP.
But I thought it was.
Wow. That means Faisal's
Oh.
out, no? Wow, for the first time in 5 years, Faisal's not going to
Faisal, Eileen, Michael Teng, Jimmy Tan, and Ong Lue Ping.
You know, I cornered Faisal once at a walkabout.
Yeah, I saw that video.
What do you mean by
It was a
corner?
video, right?
So in 2020, because I've always been like strongly blue, right? I was the first year I voted was the first year they got alternate GRC. And I stood by them and all the marginalized issues that they stand for. Until 2020, I cornered him because he stood up for the Wear White campaign, which was essentially against the queer right movements.
yeah.
Okay? So at his walkabout, I waited for him, right? Because Pritam the night before say, hey Hirzi, I'm doing a walkabout in your area. It's like, oh nice, perfect time for me to get Faizal Manap, right?
What did he text you?
Oh, Pritam knows I loved him from 2011, so he texts me from time to time, especially during election.
Wait, did you actually drop that Pritam texted you to let you know that
He's doing a walkabout, yes. So anyways, but Pritam didn't know at this point of time that I have sentiments against Faizal Manap, one of my GRC's MP. So then, when he came, I cornered him and I said, Mr. Faizal, I need to ask you, why did you need to stand up with Wear White? I can understand your religious convictions, but when you stand up for something, right, that is against another community, that's you making a political stance. If you stand up for minorities, shouldn't it be for minorities for everywhere? And Faizal Manap was classically Faizal Manap. He was like an uncle who couldn't GPS properly. Pritam Singh had to intercept that conversation. Pritam Singh just took care of me. So, I think the reason why Faizal was moved out of alternate GRC was from my exchange with Pritam Singh. And not knowing that he then parks Faizal Manap in my best friend's GRC, Muna Bagare. So in the Straits Time article, Instagram page, I said, Muna, your problem now.
Honestly, okay, if that is your sentiment, I think it's quite fair because you are a very strong voice in the community.
I guess, yes.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel like if you were to actually get people to go against him, I'm just saying this, it might actually work.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, Faizal might be out now. Is this mine or is it confirmed?
Tampines GRC, there you go. No.
Usually
Yeah.
the sample count is pretty
Quite
accurate
accurate.
with these margins.
I read.
Oh no, NSP, oh no, this so, oh fuck.
No, but
Go make sense!
Can I say something about what we said early on, which is that what Bertha Henson said, and my prediction was absolutely correct, which is that previously when there are 4 cornered fights, what Bertha Henson calls the mosquito parties, they had 2%. And people vote along the credible party lines.
Got
So it doesn't exactly split the vote.
Okay.
So I'm very glad actually to see this kind of result because it's kind of upsetting that Michael Teng didn't get in because I really did like his speech. But
It was a strategy that worked out lah.
it shows that people think.
Yeah.
And what Bertha Henson said is that if we really want politics to progress in Singapore, mosquito parties need to go away. So these kind of split the party vote, and I hope this
So Pritam's decision of parking Faizal and team there was...
don't be intimidated. If you are SDP, WP, one of them.
Yeah, to be fair, if let's say Pritam didn't park Faizal's team there, right, it would have been a 90% win.
Yeah, I mean,
And PAP would never know that there are half a sentiment of Tampines who don't care for them.
to be fair, I think that it would always be around 20 to 30% opposition.
Yeah?
Like
What if it's just Go Ming Sing against Masagos?
it would still be
Some idiot would
like
still be like...
people would still vote for opposition just because if you look at the RDU team that was like in Holland Bukit Timah, like no, no, I don't know. I
Sorry,
watched the video.
we missed out East Coast GRC
Okay.
over the Tampines GRC excitement.
What's the plan?
And PAP has 59% of
Oh,
the
that's a
vote.
high.
close,
Yeah.
close, but no.
59 is not close lah.
PAP actually outdid their previous GE performance. They won
Yeah.
4 more seats than they did as compared to the 2020 elections.
Wow, good job.
Someone also wants to know what do y'all think of Masagos in the previous
I
comment.
have no comments about him.
Masagos is Muna Father Friend.
So also no comments.
I think Masagos takes care of the older generation of Malay community. Like, people can relate to him. The only split when you get with the older Malaysians, right, is those who stand for Workers' Party are truly those who don't have it well when it comes to grassroots matter. And also, like, policies that pander to the Malay community harder, such as, queer rights. If you like, some party members speak louder against it, the Malay people who are in the blue will be like, yeah! That's our man! He dared to speak up, or people who dare to speak up about Gaza, that's our man! So that's how the older gen of Malay people are split. They're either like calm, safe, and comfortable with their income, or those who need to be angry about something take
But
it up.
absolutely fair, right? That like they want someone who advocate for them.
And who can represent, yeah?
Yeah. So he does definitely have a place. Everybody is. Oh, and welcome to the 900 people who are like watching the live stream.
Wow.
Yes, thank you
Thank
guys
you
so
for
much for the
watching.
support. I know like everyone's watching CNA and ST, but I can't believe people are watching us.
Oh, that's lovely.
That actually.
How do I get tickets to your show tomorrow?
Okay, so there is a post on my Instagram. You are supposed to drop an emoji or a comment. I believe the most recent one is you have to comment Triple H for Han Hui Hui. And then I will directly directly message you and send you tickets. Tickets are done private sales because I monitor who comes to my shows.
Okay, so people keep asking, and I see this question over and over again when I scroll through the chat. What do we think of Dr. Chi possibly becoming NCMP? I would love
Before, no?
Dr. Chi.
We're talking about SDP Chi, right?
Yes. No,
He's never been before.
They hate him. Like some people hate him. I remember like once I said something nice about Dr. Chi, and an NCMP actually commented on my post and was like, he DM'd me, like this NCMP DM'd me, and he was like, do you know what he did?
Oh, what did he do? You never follow up?
Oh wait, there was something he did. He brought up what happened with him and Cham Si Tong.
Okay.
It was like he betrayed Cham Si Tong. Cham Si Tong denounced him, and you know all love to Cham Si Tong, all love to Potong Pasir.
He's alive.
But
I had the same question on my show yesterday. I was like, is he dead?
no, he is not. He retired after that. But we probably are not familiar with him because by the time we could start, maybe.
By the time we started being more politically aware.
No, voting. He wasn't around in the first
Yeah,
election.
yeah.
I think 2015 he didn't contest already. It was
was
his
sick,
wife.
yeah.
His wife started contesting, and then that's when they lost Potong Pasir. But it was, do you know what he did to Dr. Chi? And I was like, whatever happened between him and Dr. Chi?
What happened?
Sorry, Dr. Chi and Dr. Chiam. Basically, so SDP was actually one of like the big parties in Singapore. And I mean, many millennials, and I'm only saying this to like the millennials who are watching, because you didn't vote in a time of Dr. Chiam being in SDP, and you didn't vote in the time of Dr. Chiam. But he got kicked out.
No, it's not illegal.
She's for Fairzy show. No, this go up.
I guess that's why Pfizer.
People who hate cheese, so you're gonna have to say people who hate meat.
How much are tickets?
Because of people called
Fairzy.
The Fairzy show is $30. Thank you.
And there are about 10 tickets left.
Hersey.
Did you read that? I guess that's why Faizal wound up calling sick during the 3 seconds and I feel. And Faizal, okay, I don't want this angry Hinzi. I promise him,
When
man,
he come and confront me.
I'm a Muslim man who cannot lie.
Oh my god, are we done with sample count?
Yes.
Yeah, we are
so,
done.
you might see Joel here depending on how fast he can get here.
Also, we were on Jade. Jade was.
Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah, the story time.
What was I sharing?
The doctor
Okay, no,
doctor fighting.
doesn't matter. But I think a lot of people are wondering what I think as him. Okay, I think that the Dr. Chi of old is not the same as the Dr. Chi of right now. I think Dr. Chi has proven himself to be a man of like integrity and a man who doesn't let things go. Now, then if a person proves themselves to be a person with integrity, you then need to look at their policies and then you see whether you agree with their policies. Because someone can be the best person in the world, but if you're not to the left, you're just not to the left. And his policies, matter of fact, are very much to the left. So as
Isn't that a bit problematic, you don't think?
if you are on the left, then it's not.
I see.
And if you're on the right, like if you're a rich person,
What are you? Are you a left, right, or a centrist?
I will say that
I've always thought you were center left.
I'm very center, but I think I will look at what is needed at the moment for Singapore. For example, if the wealth gap is getting like very, very, very wide, as it is now, I think that like yes, okay, you can raise taxes, a property tax raise makes sense, a wealth tax that makes sense. What we did with increasing our corporate tax, okay, that makes sense. When you see that income disparity, helping people who are poor, that makes sense. However, if we are starting to chase away rich people and rich people no longer want to invest the money into Singapore, that's when we cannot afford to be on the
Oh my god, sorry, we have 1,000 people on our stream right now.
Hello, 1,000 folks!
And the context right now is that Jay is sharing her thoughts on Dr. Chi potentially becoming an NCMP. Let's go.
Yeah, Dr. Chi used to email Obama. Listen, I love Obama. I would email Obama. So I don't know why Dr. Chi emailing Obama is bad. I would email Obama.
How do people
Would you
know
not?
this? How do people know this?
Because a
What
lot
he's
of the older
emailing?
people hate Dr. Chi, and like there was a lot of state media at the time that would go after Dr. Chi. This is something like what we saw with Leong Man Wai. But imagine that like there was no social media at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like he couldn't defend. There's no defend himself.
There's no platform that
There's
he
no
could
platform.
use.
There's no
Right.
like I'm gonna switch on Zoom right now and I'm gonna expose the lies with receipts.
Gotcha.
There's no bring receipts. So all he could do is stand on his soapbox in Hong Lim Park and you know this is. But he advocated for a lot of things and
Oh, feel cool.
guys, Alexis Deng's ex is outside. Literally.
Let's
outside.
turn the camera.
No.
Hey, just nice we got 1,000 people in here. Guys, we take a pause on that story. Just now we said we know who Alex
Hey,
is.
don't say so lah. Alexis outside the room.
Yeah.
Father, mother, and friends.
Someone said, really?
Yes, really,
guys,
100%.
The owner of
No, don't
you-
say. Can you shut up?
No, I want to say the person that allowed us to stream in
Oh,
this
yes.
place is here. Relax, man.
Thank you very much.
You put us on edge many times where sometimes it's fair that we don't relax.
Yeah, this is live.
So, okay, if you guys don't know where we are at Kotu, specifically at
Good
the...
food,
Yeah, we're at Kotu right now. Absolutely delicious food.
yeah.
I need to read
Enzo's
Dr.
Steakhouse.
Chi's birth sign. Birth what? Birth chart.
The bazi.
His bazi.
Because I feel like why has he had decades and decades of cursed years?
You send his parcel to your guy.
It's not exactly cursed years. I think like with it's also him who has toned down quite a lot.
Yeah.
In the recent years, I think even John from Daily Catch Up, who is quite an ardent PAP supporter, he mentioned that like Dr. Chi changed his mind of late. So he said it on his Instagram story. So when he said like Dr. Chi has really changed his mind of late and he does seem to have changed and he has toned down his language. So it's no longer as inflammatory. So the question now is that whether or not we will allow him to be an NMP.
Right.
Because I think what was expressed, and I don't know if it was expressed publicly, is that they're really afraid that he would be very disruptive in parliament, say really crazy, outlandish shit, go and use his position in parliament to go and, you know, talk shit about Singapore, you know, email Obama, I am from Singapore's parliament. People here are racist, people here are to the right. So it's very difficult. But I think if he has toned down a lot, I think it makes sense. But I think that would be for parliament too.
If I'm not wrong,
But the
he's
people
been-
have spoken lah.
if
It should
he's-
be the person who's closest, right? So if it does hold that he is the second most elected person, I'm sorry, the best loser, sorry. If he is the best loser, then he definitely deserves the seat.
Yeah.
That is the precedent that was set.
Can I ask a very profound question for the cast of Just Saying crew?
Yes. And then we close, right?
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay, wow, then this question is damn loaded, you know?
Then we just close if we cannot answer.
Do you think democracy works anymore?
You think Singapore has a democracy?
Just in general, right? The state of the world, the state of the democratic world, America, for example. And America is what Singapore opposition supporters are hoping to work towards, where it's half and half. And every 5 years you could swing Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. It's truly a toxic way to live, right?
Yeah.
If every 5 years you change system, it's civil war becoming. So does democracy work for us as a human race? Question?
I think that is the best system that we currently have. Maybe it's not perfect, but I don't think that any other system that puts too much power in the hands of one person is going to eventually be corrupt. Even the Singapore democratic system, too much power, let's say in PAP's hands, might lead to a system that is corrupt.
Right.
You know? And we are not free of corruption and scandal ourselves.
Denise?
I agree that I think that is the current best system because any other system would, I think like Jade said also, right? Like we need to rely too much on a specific person and trust that this person has like the foresight or whatever, which I think is actually what Singapore has benefited from in the past. And then, but the democracy in America as compared to the one we have, or even compared to the one like that Switzerland has, for example, are very different types of democracy. And I think even and I don't think that people actually want a 50-50 government in Singapore. I think that people want enough voices to ask the right questions that maybe even we don't know how to ask. So, and I think that is also WP's stance, that they are not even trying to win a majority. They just want to break up PAP's super majority.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, I think the system works. And for us, I think it works in a very different way.
Yeah.
in America, arguably they're shifting away from that. And
Because democracy truly is the win for the lowest common denominator. Whoever is the bigger lowest common denominator wins it. And apparently in this era, it was Trump's supporters, right? There will come a time where people who are stupid enough, who don't know how to vote and just vote for whatever reason they vote, and we won't have credible...
But we also have the most widespread data for democracy being the system that works.
We are.
We don't really have like...
I think the US has been cited a lot as an example that democracy doesn't work, but I think it absolutely works. I mean, whether or not I agree or disagree, Americans, he ran very largely on immigration reform. It just shows that Americans just don't want immigrants there, us included. So did it work? I think it worked perfectly in America. It's just because we don't like the result doesn't mean that it didn't work perfectly for them. They want the terrorists. They don't want the immigrants.
And arguably, I think Trump also ran on a much more so-called relatable way. Like things like, a war on showers. Like people think that is stupid, but then for people who are maybe slightly less educated, which tends to vote red, right? These are the kind of things that they care about. They're like, oh my God, he fully understands what I'm going through.
Right.
Which for Democrats...
Pandering politics lah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you think democracy works? Do you have any answer?
What is democracy? I knew I catch it.
Okay, so
wait.
Someone asked if this Hanjan is our sponsor. Can we just address that? I just want to mention that we have absolutely no sponsors. We rejected.
No lah, Kotu lah.
Okay, besides Kotu. But so far, all these shows, we have absolutely taken no money from anybody at all. Every single thought that we have is absolutely our own thought. Independent thoughts. We took no money. We took no sponsors. We refused all interviews. I refused all live streams that were sponsored or with any other company that took money from the government. So I really hope you guys appreciate it because absolutely no sponsor except the food and the location by Kotu.
Yeah.
Zero sponsors.
But,
And this podcast is also why we are going to lose all the government fat checks.
So if you all want, there's a QR
Sorry.
code for all their Pay Now and PayLah.
You can donate lah, donate. Guys, we literally read all the manifestos for you guys, and then we pick out the best ones that we
did not spend money printing all
We
of
got
them.
I can't
no
even
money.
Listen to the audio version.
Yeah, I am normal technical. I can't even read, but then so many people are making fun of me in the comments. I'm like, you all know what? I am not that dumb actually. So let me read some manifestos, and then my eyes just went like, fuck. What the fuck?
You became Faisal Manap for a while.
Yeah, I'm like, how? Why? No, wait, I swear, okay, let me say this. When I was reading manifestos, I'm like, how do people do this? How do people give so much fucks about politics?
Very
It is
easy to read.
no, it's. I'm not saying the English is very
Was it a
chim.
pamphlet that he was reading actually?
The PAP was a website in point form.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that honestly, it takes a lot to give a lot of fucks about
it's
politics.
fair. I would never run for politics. No matter how much policy ideas I have, I would never put myself out there to be shat on the way politicians do.
Yeah, and
I just don't have a heart for public service.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Are we going to end soon?
Yeah,
I
soon,
think
soon,
we're
soon.
gonna end.
Still in Straits Time.
Sure, it's just time.
But he's coming for a party that is
I think
going
we'll have
on without
real
us right
life
now.
party.
yeah, okay, to the people watching, right, if you want to party with us, there is an after
You
party
can just come.
happening after
Literally,
this.
you can just come.
Yeah, you just
Capital Green.
At
it's
Capital Green. Literally, you can just
it's at
come.
Dashi Go-Go.
Dashi Go-Go.
Which is at Capital Green.
Just come down. It's
Don't stay at the lobby.
It's free. You can come in. You can hang out.
Address 168 Market Street, right?
Capital Green.
Capital Green. You go to
Green.
the Capital Green building, or you can key in Kotu Dashi Go-Go into Google Map. Come down totally free. You just need to be like, I came from Daily Pop.
Come to my comedy show
What we call
tomorrow.
Daily
DM me
Podcast?
and I will reply.
Daily.
You almost say daily catch up.
I said Daily Podcast.
Wait. Okay, when you all said, I really want to jump on this democracy thing. When you say democracy, what do you actually mean? Like the...
You can just come down. Sorry. Someone was asking.
Yeah, no, just come and say backstage bunch at the door.
So democracy is so there's communism, there's
Yeah, yeah.
socialism, there's democracy. Democracy is a system where you vote for your leader, for your leader, and different countries have different forms of democracy. This is our version.
So for Singapore, it's representative democracy. So it's actually you vote for the person that you want to speak for you. And it's based on majority.
And does it work for us or for me?
Yeah, like would you rather communism or socialism as a system instead?
Or back then what they would call Singapore is a democratic dictatorship.
Nanny state.
Wow, I rather what's now lah representative
Go for it.
Representative democracy.
democracy lah.
Got you.
No, what like is it like wait like communism? Why choose communism?
Where one leader decides everything, so you don't need to have the headache.
Yeah, so like not.
But you also get money.
That's not communism, though.
That's dictatorship.
Yeah, because if with one leader, it could be fascist, it could be communist. It
Fair,
does,
very fair.
yeah.
Which constituency?
It's like this. Just fans.
I'm Aljanet, Jalan Kayu,
Thank you. I said yeah.
Holland
it's not-
Bukit Timah, and
Toa Payoh.
Toa Payoh.
Shut
Yeah.
Toa Payoh.
So yeah.
And in all of our areas, only your area WP won.
Yeah. Stop throwing big words at you. He can't take it. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Wee-woo. Your mother.
Yeah, I just want to correct. Like one guy in charge, it could be.
A monarchy.
I mean, it's a dictatorship, but it can be fascist. Like Germany,
Yeah, I know what fast is.
1940s. But it can also be like.
I wonder what is the system that allows for the least amount of corruption.
None, because corrupt people will always
Be corrupt.
find a way.
But where do corrupt people come from? As in, what is
Corruption.
Probably a representative.
not-
Okay, but
Nurtured
if it's a
nurtured by the
communist country, then where do
environment,
they?
mah.
How do they be corrupt?
Oh my god, my old chin. Sorry, I got shocked. I got a shock. Why did we put that on the screen? Take it down.
Okay, so
Take
for
it down.
North Korea, how does North Korea be corrupt?
That one is technically a dictatorship, communist.
Dictatorship, yeah.
Yeah.
Relax,
So
you
how
cannot
does that-
Xi
tahan.
Jinping? Is anyone having Huawei phones?
No.
No, but my mother from China.
Oh.
Yeah. So how does North Korea
Can
be?
we go back to like
corrupt.
this election? Do you find anything different in PAP's media strategy? I feel like it was very different this.
Okay,
This time.
let me tell you all one. Okay, this is like a bit of insider news, but PAP was honestly really panicking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really get why.
So,
Because
do you
again,
know how
right?
many
based-
ads I saw for PAP just to rant about influencers? Just to rant about other. I don't want to like throw a specific influencer on the bus. I saw 3 or 4 influencers post undisclosed ads.
Oh.
What does that mean, undisclosed?
So basically, they don't put paid partnership. But then they will come and then it was like a climate cool campaign, and she's like, I just want to talk about how Singapore's climate policies are the best in
Oh my
the
god,
region.
I've seen this video.
Are the best in the region, or like they'll say like Singapore's and no, shut, you have mic.
Later.
Okay, we don't want to start this.
I know exactly who.
But
I know
no,
the
it's
exact
not.
few people who engaged with
No.
this.
Yes, but that was an ad and it had no paid sponsorship, no ad. And why is your ad talking about how good the overarching policies of the government are before you need to get to the climate cool, which is way down in the script?
Right.
Then they're like, oh yeah, and also you can get climate cool vouchers. But the start is like, we have the best. I'm like, this is actually really terrible. You cannot be doing that. And not only that, I see some other influencers on the other side, and I really hope people can like watch out for this, is that you will see that they have a lot of climate cool, NEA, MDA, police. You see a lot of ads, right? And then they will do 1 or 2 unpaid ads or interviews, and then it will be like, oh, this was free. This one was free. And they'll be like, no, I didn't take any
Okay,
government.
but
I didn't take any government money for saying this.
On that topic,
I didn't
is it
take
wrong?
Yes, it's wrong. It is
It's wrong on whose end?
on the influencers, and it's your responsibility to disclose any conflict of interest. It's your responsibility if, let's say I'm not getting money to interview X-minister, but I know that that minister is going to give me contracts from the agency. You must disclose.
No, but if I say if me as the government, I say it's okay for you to not disclose.
It's not okay. The law is that you have to disclose.
But
It's
I'm
an
the government, I
advertising
make the
standard.
law.
Okay,
You know, you are one guy in the government. Okay, it needs to be voted on.
So now let's say they do say that it's an ad. Is it still wrong that the government is paying someone?
They do in America lah, so
Listen, free advertising for PAP on Dew's behalf is fine. Because he gets nothing. They don't
Yeah.
pay him shit.
No, so that's why. So some people say it's quite propaganda, right? So like, I mean, for the show we have done like government
yeah.
paid jobs before, in which we do say that it's paid, right? And it's very obvious that it's paid. But some people say it's a bit propaganda. Like, why are you getting paid to push policies for the...
Okay, to me, as long as the influencer sentiment is lined with the party that is hiring them, then I guess it's like Beyonce has endorsed Kamala and Hillary Clinton. So why aren't artists or influencers allowed to endorse the people that they want to, and also if get paid at the same time? I think that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
No, I
but you
absolutely
need
agree.
to disclose it. It's disclosure.
Why Beyonce never disclosed? Kamala paid me for this.
I don't think so, but I think it will come out because Kamala has to disclose.
Because she
She
give.
will have to do disclosures. So then you would know who was paid what eventually.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I don't think it's anything wrong doing government
Find out
jobs.
who's it.
Yeah, like
A
I'm
few.
like
A
people
few.
in this industry know that like sometimes doing governmental jobs is like what might save you in terms of the monetary returns lah.
Also,
Of course, you need to.
sometimes if they need the money, then let them have the money. Okay, but what Jade is saying is just disclose. Just disclose.
Just disclose. I saw this whole long guy and he told a story about, I'm going to change some details, about how his grandma sick in hospital and said, thank you so much. I'm so glad to live in this beautiful country that is Singapore because we have all these wonderful policies. And he didn't disclose it was an ad. But he's taken other ads from the government. So I'm like,
Oh,
sir, this is
know
and he's a big fucking
who.
influencer,
I
and you
know who,
know
I
that he
know
takes
who.
money.
Wait,
So
so
I
that,
think that is this, like, that's actually
okay,
quite
for
despicable.
example.
Okay, but that's a good angle though. He just didn't disclose lah.
No, but you have to disclose.
Yeah.
If you're getting paid, PAP will not pay you to do that ad, but they are going to give you other contracts for doing that ad. And I feel like it's so important for you to disclose it.
I wonder which other shows do that too.
There are other podcasts. There are other podcasts that do take. Maybe this interview. I'm gonna not get myself into trouble, but there are things, and this is the worst part. Someone asked, "Do you get paid? How much did they pay for the minister to be on this?" And let me tell you guys, this is the real tea. Okay, they say not paid. I don't get a cent. Guess what? You took 5 other ads from the like, let's say this guy is the head of this NEA.
yes, I see.
I don't get paid 0. And I say, I don't get paid anything to interview you. Down the line, there are 5 other projects that you get hired for.
So technically,
Okay, so-
it's half truths.
Half truths.
Yeah.
But then
It's a race of
to go on there, and be like, I don't take any money. It's
Right.
so
So your cringe is
heinous.
that people announce that I don't get money. That's your cringe.
You didn't have to say. I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, you should have disclosed
Gotcha.
any conflicts of interest.
Gotcha.
Second of all, because you are a political podcast. Second of all, you then should not take the extra step of going.
Is it Joel?
I don't take a step.
But
Joel,
someone said, did Hazy and Sasha do an ad for PAP on YouTube?
I am a hire for Titan, and I am just a host on Titan Podcast Media.
Yeah.
That's my.
let me tell you something. You never see NEA, MDA, Climate Cool Voucher. They do not.
Because I am strictly just a comedian.
He's Traveloka. Huge
Travel-
campaign.
No, Traveloka's like what?
Wow,
5 years
I
ago.
love that campaign.
Oh, thank you.
I like the
That was
dance.
long ago. Yeah.
It's so creative.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I
Thank you,
get
Ethan.
why. I know, I totally agree with you.
Don't name names in the comments.
Yeah.
But I think we should end here.
Wait, can I ask one last question before we
Yes, we all had one last.
As in, I think on the note of Jade asking about this specific election, right? So I think it's quite obvious that the incumbent decides when this election happens. Do you think that if it were any other time, they would not have won by such a big margin?
PAP?
100%.
Like if they did it, say like last year, if they did it like earlier this year.
I think if they gave them more time for us to know the candidates, Jeremy Tan only shone like towards the end. Imagine if there was a little bit more time to let Ng Chee Min cook.
No, not period of election, but when they, like if they say like January, let's do elections, do you think that they would have done as well as they did for versus a May election?
Yes.
But
In
why
fact,
do
I
you think the
it-
May election
It
would
might
be
have
better?
hurt them in May.
Because now everybody feels like the tariffs and whatever, there's a lot more uncertainty. They want a clearer leadership in government, and therefore maybe they're more likely to vote what was trustworthy over the past few years, which is PAP.
Which is why the 2015 election was a bit 1 year earlier than usual because our late Lee Kuan Yew just passed. So they
And
wanted
then
that sentiment.
2020, the timing of it was COVID, then they give money, then they pump election, you know?
So, okay, but the
To be
terrorist
honest, I
thing
don't
came
think so.
while like campaigning was already going on, so you can't really put that on
No,
them.
COVID came first.
I actually
No,
think
no.
like this
Tariff.
election was a little bit dangerous for them because everyone has just finished paying tax. A lot of people paid tax in April. So a lot of people were angry. So like, you know, they feel like take and take and take and take.
Actually, that's a very good question. I
I
think it would be better for them in.
Like I'm wondering, like if I'm PAP and I could have called elections any time, right, from until November 2025, when would I have called it, you know?
If I'm to be honest, I don't think the Trump tariffs really
Matter.
because Trump flip-flopped so much on his tariffs.
Flip-flop and flip again.
And flip again. So it's like
Respect SDA.
are we and can Trump really afford more enemies after what he did with China? Like can he still afford to, you know? So I don't think so. Just my personal opinion. Is anyone really taking tariffs so seriously?
Oh, they had someone
Okay,
said that they have to rush to do this election because of the 90-day tariff pause.
Maybe.
Okay, let me tell you my personal experience with the tariffs, okay? I also didn't really give a, I didn't really care because I feel like it doesn't affect me. Well, I thought it doesn't affect me, okay? In June, I'm supposed to launch my clothing line, my next collection, which is for nonchalant, right? My supplier called me from China and said, bro, I cannot do anything for you now because my company is losing a lot of money from the tariffs. Yeah, so I'm like, wow, what the fuck? It directed me, like, it affected me like directly. So I'm like, what do you mean? I'm still a paying customer? I said yes, but most of my market is from US. And right now that, like because of the tariffs, like we can't ship it over because they don't want to buy. And now like we might not even have money to run this goddamn factory. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck Trump, man.
And on that note, democracy might not work. Till then, come and support these friends at Just Think.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Honestly, okay, honest closing words, okay? Thank you so much for supporting. This is obviously very new for Just Saying, very new for even Jay and I. We've been running this show for I think 4 to 5 years now. We never did anything on elections before. Again, very new for me. So I know a lot of people were calling me dumb and everything. Yes, I am. I admit I'm not very politically inclined. That's why I hired Denise. We hired Denise on the show.
And Joel. And now we have Hersey.
Yeah, and Hersey, yeah. And to bring up...
And Ian.
Very good producer you are.
And yeah, not as if for the political camp, the 4 episodes that we did. Just to bring up the firepower a little bit, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep.
We might, a lot of people are saying that you guys like this dynamic. We really might.
We do have one more episode in the GE series also coming, so
yes,
keep a lookout for that.
Yeah, we might. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, but yes, we have still one more episode. So do watch out for that. We would like to thank you guys for watching. 900 plus people.
The highest was 1,008 I saw.
Wow.
Good job, guys.
This is our first live stream ever. For 5 years of running this channel, first live
Wow,
stream
workers' budget is 59% in alternate Jersey.
Well done.
Yeah. Again, we do have an after party right after this. It's at Dashi Go Go. When you come to Capital Green, come to level 38. Tell them you want to go to Dashi Go Go. Say backstage bunch at the door and you guys can come in. But only 50 people. Yeah.
Also, my show is at Alkaf Mansion tomorrow. Someone was asking.
Yes, so tomorrow, Hersey, not Fearsy. H. Hersey has a comedy show that is surrounded... his jokes are about...
the general election results.
Yes. So it is going to happen at Alkaf Mansion. He only has a very few tickets left. Tickets is $30. How you going to buy these tickets is to reach out to him on Instagram because he's only doing private sales. His Instagram is @HirzyOfficial. HIRZI Official.
You want to spell official or do you know?
OFF.
OHHI.
Official.
Official.
Yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Shout out to Kotu for allowing us to do this in your restaurant.
Hey, your food nice,
And to our guests, how great was it to have Ian?
Proof of the food that was nice.
Yeah.
That is finished.
Chow was here, Ian was
Thank
here.
you, Chow and Ian and Joel from Straits Times.
Yeah. Hey guys, you all know because of your comments online, right? We actually invited quite a few influencers on and they were like, no, I don't want people to call me PAP dog, opposition dog. You see lah guys? It's because of your...
Yeah, but Ian was great because he could share his perspective on the SDP
and the
keywords
keyword.
and on the keyword because we don't have an Indian here, so we don't have an
don't
Indian
have
on
the
the cast.
background
Yeah, so we.
Keyword.
But it's good. It's a learning moment. But we had to have someone from that community come on and
One of my
share.
joke tomorrow is about the keyword incident. So
Are you gonna say it?
you got to come to find out.
Go and comment on his post. That's how you get the tickets, guys.
Okay guys, done tired
Bye, Dian.
Bye. Thank you for
Bye
joining.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Shall we end the stream now? And
PAP.